Welcome to Polterkisst, where you play as the most unprofessional ghost whisperer in town. You get hired by this dweeb to try and get a sweaty ghost man to leave his apartment, and apparently you can smooch him to get him to leave. I mean, I'm gonna, but I'm not gonna tell you whether I liked it or not. But anyway, I need to warn y'all that there's going to be a lot of flashing lights in this game to the point where I could not warn y'all when it happens. I'm really sorry for that, but without further ado, let's get right into it, shall we? I see dead people? Is that a reference? Everyone's upbringing is unique, but yours was different. How did you first discover your connection to ghosts? Oh, an unexplainable event, a deceased family member in a desperate moment. We don't want to talk about the one time I tried to summon an incubus into my bedroom. No, thank you. Unexplainable event. You were alone in the dark when a shadow moved where it shouldn't, a faint voice calling your name. You still remember the night it happened. The air went cold, and the world felt different, and then you saw them. It was the shadowy figure of a recently deceased neighbor. They had passed away a few weeks ago from a heart attack. It was a ghost, and they spoke to you, told you things only they would know. You were just a child when it happened. Everything changed after that first fateful encounter. Your abilities with the other world increased as you grew up, and you've had a lot to deal with. Ghosts were drawn to you once they discovered that you could communicate with them. And they always wanted something from you. My pain? Oh god, I should not finish that word. Where did you grow up? Who grew up in a remote mansion? Who? And I didn't come from a bustling city or a quiet rural town. I mean, it's somewhere in between the two. Like, it's just a cozy little town. Bustling city. You were used to neon signs flickering, shadowy alleyways, and crumbling old buildings. Among the hum of city life, you noticed things others didn't. Faint shadows, fleeting whispers, the odd stain on the walls. I don't know where that came from. The ghost of the city had stories to tell, and for some reason, they liked telling them to you. Growing up, how did your gift affect your relationship with others? I got them incredibly feral. Oh, you were the town weird. Yeah! Your family tried to suppress your abilities, your friends and loved ones supported you, you kept your gift a secret. I was the town weirdo, that's for sure. Everyone knew about your supposed gifts, and at that time, they shunned you. It wasn't easy growing up and being labeled a weirdo. I mean, it made things a hell of a lot easier for me. Like, hell, if people didn't know what to expect, they wouldn't expect anything at all. You wondered if your gifts should ever be accepted. Once you grew up and moved away from home, one thing led to another, and you started working as a ghost whisperer. I mean, I wonder what I'm whispering to them in the middle of the night. Lending your skills to talk to ghosts to find out why they still linger in this plane instead of moving on. You did everything from communicating with loved ones who passed away to getting ghosts to stop haunting people or things. They should be haunting me! I'm right here! I am ready for whatever you want to throw at me, and hell, I don't think they're ready for what I'm gonna be flinging at them! Your connection to the spirit world shaped who you are, but who are you, really? Who are you? A skeptic, empathetic listener, a pragmatic problem solver, or sarcastic Where's the horn dog option, then? Where's the horn dog option? This game was not made for me. One star. This game gets no stars from me. I'm kidding, of course. I'm kidding. Oh, I guess Man, I used to like vibe with pragmatic problem solver, but these days, I listen. Not that great, but I listen. Ooh, a listener. I listen. After all of your experiences with ghosts so far, you couldn't help but have a soft spot for them, and a hard one too. You set out to help them whenever possible. Every spirit is unique and special, and they all have stories to tell. To you, spirits were just as real as any other person in this world. Why do you help ghosts now? To get in bed with them? Out of sympathy, out of curiosity, out of necessity. Why? I guess I feel bad for them. But let's be real here. I'm just curious. What do they taste like? You're fascinated by their stories and the mysteries of the afterlife. Also, like, I have warned you time and time again, okay? You need to be wearing headphones whenever you're watching my videos. If you are, good on you. You're one of the smart ones. If you're, for some reason, watching this on a TV, like, either you're incredibly brave and I'm afraid of you, or, I'm just scared. I am just scared for you. Like, I think this is the vibe that we're going to be keeping up with for most of the video. At least that's what I'm getting at here. You're fascinated by their stories and the mysteries of the afterlife. The more you help them, the closer you get to solving the eternal questions of the world. And sure, it's a nice bonus to help them out and get paid as well. What kind of ghostly encounters have you had before this? I mean, okay, in terms of this, had a fair amount of encounters, only seen glimpses. Which one of these? I wouldn't say many. Like, I've had a fair amount of encounters, and, like, some of them were paid encounters. I mean, I guess a fair amount. I've had a fair amount, so I had to deal with quite a few. You've completed a decent amount of jobs, getting some experience with ghosts. You still had your ways to go, but you were on the right track. Still, you were pretty obscure in town for your work. It was an unrespected, low-paying job, but you did what you had to and helped out some people and ghosts. Every choice you made, every ghost you faced, led you here. Now, your unusual gift has led you to this location, outside a luxury apartment building, allegedly haunted by more than tacky design choices. The spirit must have been pretty well off to afford a place like this. What kind of problems could be stopping it from moving on? This is the highest paying job you've ever been offered. This kind of money can really change your life, if you can get it done. The person who reached out to you was really vague about the details of the gig and told you to meet them here. You glance at the time on your phone. Well, you're here on time. Suddenly, the sound of a car catches your attention. It's coming in pretty hot. Wait, is this where I get Isekai? An expensive car Tokyo drifts around the corner and screeches to a stop before you. God damn it, I thought this was the moment I get Isekai, and instead I get... God, I don't even know what to make of you. I look at your clothes and I just think you're just preppy as hell. A well-dressed man steps out, looking every bit like he walked off the cover of a luxury lifestyle magazine. Why are you frowning me now? He spots and looks down at you with mild disgust. You there. Name? You have one, don't you? He speaks with an accent to cut place. Some kind of European accent? Is this how he's asking for my name? I will tell him my name. It is Lion. It would be so funny to go with Joe Mama though, but I'm gonna go for my usual Lion. My name is Lion. He looks you up and down with disdain before loudly and obviously sighing. So you're a ghost whisperer. That's correct? Child! Out of the blue, another person comes tumbling in with a maximalist getup, complete with a hat that says, I bust go. What? That's my job! That's what I was here to do! I bust a ghost! You don't look old enough to bust ghost! Sorry I'm late. I'm here now. Why are you dressed like a discount clown? Huh? This is official ghost investigation attire. It's all of my luckiest stuff. Are you, Mr. Sky? Are you the... just Sky, please. Pronouns are they, them. Aight, buddy? Sky, are you the ghost hunter that's gonna help me with this little situation? I prefer paranormal investigator. Ghost hunter sounds so violent. You can go ahead and investigate all you want. I'm gonna go with ghost busting. I don't care. Can you help me deal with the specter or not? Yeah, of course, man. I brought all my paranormal investigation equipment. Sky pulls out some knickknacks and excitedly starts explaining what they do. Okay, I get that you played a lot of Phasmophobia. You're not special here, okay? So this is a temperature gun so we can objectively see where the ghost is. Oh, stop right there. This isn't a social call. I'm here because I can't stand the thought of this thing tarnishing my property value. I want this, whatever it is, gone. You talking about the ghost? Obviously, a haunting is tacky, gauche, and downright common. Okay, like what? Like, as long as you pay me at the end of the day, I don't care. Like, you can berate me all you want. In fact, like, you can pay me extra if you want to keep going. He seems to shudder at that last word, the most. Whoa, real charmer. You've been watching quietly and looking between the two odd people. Sky seems to have finally noticed you there. Hey, I know you. I'm a fan of your work. Oh, so you've seen my only ghost. You're surprised they know you, seeing as how you're not that well known around town. Sky seems to notice your surprise and explains himself further. Of course, I gotta stay in the know with people in the same biz, right? I get all my gadgets, but I wish I could do what you do. I mean, hey, like, it don't take a lot to rizz up a ghost. I mean, they've been hanging around for a long time with nobody to be with. Like, I mean, surely, like, you can come up with some ways to help them out, too. In response to this, you're modest? I guess I'm modest. You try to wave them off. You really weren't that great. Oh, what are you saying? You're awesome. You're just being modest, aren't you? Uh-huh. So you know Lion already. I know about them, but we've never met. Lion is known for their curiosity. They were known for their gifts growing up and had mixed reviews from those around them. They grew up in the city. With all the death and suffering in the street, no wonder there were so many reports of paranormal activity. I could only imagine what goes on in those shadowy alleys. Whoa, they really know everything about your past, all because of your affinity to the supernatural. You are, well, I guess I'm flattered? I'm flattered. For someone to find out so much about you, it is pretty flattering. I'm glad you appreciate my work enough to look into me. Sky looks a bit shy from your words. Well, of course. I find your life so fascinating. The rich-looking guy cuts in sharply before Sky continues their ramblings. Get a grip. You're both here to work for me. Well, he seems fun. And who are you? I'm Alistair Von Dempsey, the owner of this whole block. He dramatically poses like he's been formally introduced as royalty to the court. Unfortunately, that includes the apartment we are tasked with dealing with today. What do you say to that? Oh, hell, my lord! Are you serious? Nice to meet you, no comment. Well, nice to meet you. Good. At least someone here's got manners. Anyway, Unfortunately, none of the experts I hired could resolve the situation, so now it's down to you two. Maybe with both of you at the same time, you might be able to do something. Whoa, you sound so confident in us. I'm not. But you're cheaper than the last psychic. Ouch! I thought we were all going to be friends. Don't get too comfortable. My only interest is restoring order to this apartment. I don't do messy or ghosts. Why did you call me then? Like I'm the ghost buster. It's gonna get very messy in there, and not just from the ectoplasm. Yeah, I was being sarcastic. You know what? Never mind. Are you scared, Alistair? Scared? Hardly. Ghosts are annoying, not frightening. Just another tenant who doesn't know when to leave. This guy sure doesn't care about anyone, dead or alive. Alistair's view on ghosted people, man, I disagree. I really disagree. I think. I don't know what his views on things are. Wait, then again, I think, wasn't it he views things as everything as a cog in a machine? I don't know. He seems like that sort of person. Screw you. Yeah, I don't think so. What a dark outlook on things. Things aren't all bad. There's kindness. Kindness is possible in both ghosted people. They're not just something you have to deal with. This guy looks at you with admiration. Yeah, I agree, Lion. You're too much of a stick in the mud, Alistair. Are you both done with this commentary? Good. Follow me. I'll give you more details of what this malicious spirit is capable of once we get to the apartment. Okay, I guess we're going in here. You quickly file into the elevator in the fancy apartment's lobby. Sky takes off their hat upon going indoors, freeing their messy blue hair in all directions, while shoving their hat into their backpack. Alistair presses the button for floor 13. Floor 13? Really? Hello? Wait, what's in caution tape? The elevator door opens and all of you approach a door with caution tape all over it. Why would you need to block this off? It's not as if someone's just gonna waltz in there. No one lives there, I assume. Here we are. Apartment number 17. Is all that necessary? The staff insisted on it, for their safety. I'd be glad to leave the door open if the abomination would leave. Alright, well, give us the deeds, Mr. Landlord. Very well. It may be merely a one-bedroom apartment, but it still has luxury quality. This apartment was pristine. Important marble countertops, designer light fixtures, and flawless acoustics. And now it's ruined by ectoplasm, so you've got a gooner ghost! What? Tell us about a ghost, man! We don't need to know the specs on the apartment's amenities. I'm getting to it. That's what he's starting with. The deceased tenant was also a complete slob, and worse, he was uncultured. He left the place in a disgusting state. Poor apartment. Whenever I sent cleaners or movers, they were all scared away or worse. Bunch of slackers. People are so lazy nowadays. Oh, God. I just want to get paid and get the hell out of here. Maybe report this guy to whatever relevant authorities. But then again, I don't know. I don't know if he's guilty of any crimes yet. And that's why I've taken this task upon myself personally. I wouldn't have imagined someone like yourself working. You have some nerve. I'll have you know, I have been attacked by this ghost myself. Really? You've seen the ghost? Seen? No. The apparition throws things and torments me until I must retreat, so it's a poltergeist then. It's able to interact with objects and even throw them. That means it's pretty powerful for a ghost. What else do you know? It's annoying and needs to leave. Sometimes it even destroys the walls with its writing. Leave me alone. The nerve. You aren't paying rent. And? What else do you need to know? Just force it to leave. I've sent in priests, shamans, psychics, and whatever occult losers that say they can get rid of my problem. This guy single-mindedly cares about his precious property. Got it. You think he's a real ghost? You scared? Where'd all that annoying excitement from earlier go? I'm not scared. I'm just so excited. Let's go. I'm ready to use all my equipment on it. Oh, same here. I'm ready to use all of my equipment on it. Fine. Just so you know, I expect you both to fail spectacularly. Okay, we're still getting paid, right? Yeah, we know. Alistair retrieves the key and uses it to unlock the door. He pulls down the caution tape around the door and throws it unceremoniously onto the floor. He gives you both one last sharp look before taking a hold of the door handle. Oh my god, he wasn't kidding! The landlord dramatically throws the door open. You and Sky follow him in. Sky runs in with one of their devices ahead of them. What the hell? You are immediately hit in the face with a nasty stench. It's palpable with how dense it smells. Also, you're telling me the cleaners couldn't deal with this? At least take the trash bags out. Calm the hell on. And what is that figure? It's not just the scent of death in the air. The air is also thick with the distinct feeling of a malicious spirit. Even normal people like Sky and Alistair must be feeling the pressure the spirit is exerting. Alistair looks forward with a stony-faced determination and commands towards you and Sky. Get over it. It's here. Show yourself, you freeloader! For such a snob, he's surprisingly unfazed about the horrid conditions. He must be resolute in getting rid of the ghost, or he just has the audacity to act this way. Great. You're back. And you brought backup? What's next? Another seance? You jump in surprise at the voice. The others continue to scan the apartment, oblivious to the voice. To you, it sounded as clear as Sky or Alistair talking. The spirit was close. Hold up. No freaking way. Did you hear me? Hey. Are you ignoring me? Ugly bitch. Whoa, hey, no! The ghost haunting gets more aggressive, and you feel the spiritual pressure grow in the room. Even Sky and Alistair look around the room, a bit shaken up. I asked politely. Spirit, can you show yourself, please? And I thought you were gonna ask me, how I was feeling, and if so, very excited, and not in the way Sky is. And what if I don't want to? Also, I think I'd like the sound of you begging. What's happening? The spirit, it's definitely here and talking about us. I hear it. Alistair looks at you skeptically, but Sky bounds up to you excitedly. Oh, wow! What's it saying? You tell the dirty version? The dirty version! Yeah, he's calling us a bunch of freaks. That's not what I meant! That's not what I meant! Yeah, he's calling us a bunch of freaks and me an ugly bitch. The excited look on Sky's face immediately falls off. Foul-mouthed demon. Oh, that is right. Are you sure? How about a second opinion? Have you guys ever seen one of these? Sky eagerly puts away his device in hand and pulls out a boxy device. Please, don't tell me that's that's that box thing, right? The radio thing. What was it called again? Okay, I just looked it up. It's called a spirit box. I remember this from Phasmophobia and like a few ghost hunting shows. It's very popular for some reason. It's called a spirit box. It basically scans radio frequencies to detect EVP or electronic voice phenomena. That's a dusty old radio. You moron. Yeah, that shit doesn't work. Sky's getting flanked on both sides and doesn't even know it. Oh no. Let's at least give it a chance. They turn on the spirit box, and it starts up with a loud static noise. Okay, Spirit, if you are here, talk to us. Sky looks around in anticipation while their spirit box lets out a continuous, steady buzz. Okay, let's see. Shove your stupid box up your throat! Ass butt? What did you hear? Not that. Oh, actually, I take it back. That thing works perfectly. The lights in the room flicker on and off wildly, in time with his laughs. How dare you do this and not pay for the utilities? Oh, come on, Alistair. And I'll remind you two as well, I am not paying for parlor tricks. Get rid of it. Ah, this again. I am so bored of hearing you tell me that over and over and over. Holy shit. The room shakes as the voice repeats those words. The room shaking intensifies, and you all brace yourselves. Oh, God! Ah, make it stop! Stop! Then the room goes deathly still and silent. The pressure in the air lightens quickly and suddenly. You all look around at each other in confusion. Did I do that? Boo. Oh! I mean, he's kinda cute, but he could at least put a shirt on. Man, I'm pretty sure you're the artist type, aren't you? In a flash, the ghost appears behind Sky, and Sky shows no reaction to it. Is it really done? What did you even do? I don't know, but I don't... Ah! You watch in horror as the ghost reaches a hand into Sky with a big smile. Oh, shut up. Why are you yelling? I just felt a horrible feeling creeping in my body. It's getting worse. You ain't looking too good there, Sky. What's wrong with you? What do you do? To watch? Push it away, yell at it to stop? I'm gonna push it away. Oi! Immediately, you rush towards the spirit and focus your powers in your hands. Hey! The ghost is repelled back, his hand slipping away from Sky. Sky falls into your arms, passed out. You hold him up the best you can. So you can see me too! Wow! Maybe Chad actually brought an interesting person for me this time. Whoa, hey! His pale face approaches you. Whatever his human form was before has been twisted by becoming a malicious spirit. Red eyes, white hair, and pointed ears and teeth. You notice his outfit now. It looks like his socks were chewed by rats and his sweatpants are stained, and he's clearly not wearing a shirt. Even as a phantom, his hair looks greasy. Like what you see, bitch? I've seen better. I've seen a lot better. What do you do? Stare! 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 I stare! You keep staring at his exposed, lean torso. Its pale skin is almost glowing. Jeez, I'd say take a picture, but I don't photograph well nowadays, do I? His ghostly form flickers at what he appears. Oh god, did I creep him out that much? I wasn't expecting a guest that could see me. Where are my manners? But now that you're here, I can't let you go. The malicious spirit continues to talk to the room, even though you're the only one who can hear and see it. You feel Sky stirring back into consciousness, and they slowly stand back up. What happened? What is this? Sky wipes at a slick red liquid dripping from their nose and shudders. Oh god, it's trying to kill me! That was just a little foreplay. And you didn't offer it to me! Is it because I'm not your type? Is it because you don't love me? I don't even know your name yet. Like, come on. We could get to know each other. Want to see what me trying to kill actually looks like? Even though Sky could hear the spirit, the air still chilled at the statement. Something human in you and the group could feel the bloodlust coming from the malicious apparition. Even if Alistair and Sky couldn't hear or see anything, their fight or flight kicked in. Let's leave. This is getting way too scary. Sky rushes to leave the room, but the door doesn't budge. Alistair tries to open the door too, but fails. Hold it right there. Why is the door stuck? Usually the thing can't wait to kick out anyone. You guys are way too hilarious to mess with. And you can actually see and hear me. I am not letting you leave. Let's talk. You seem like you actually have the power to do stuff. I want to talk for myself. Or else, I'm killing the nerd. Then Chad. Then I'm going to pull your guts out from your mouth. The nonchalant delivery of his words sends an involuntary shiver down your spine. It's not letting us leave. It wants to talk or else it's going to kill us. We're sealed in. The other two grow somber as you repeat the spirit's words. The ghost looms close by, smug and aloof, while Sky and Alistair stand on either side of you, clueless and uneasy. I feel like it's staring at us, but I can't see anything. You're imagining things, as usual. Maybe this is part of your game. It's not a game. It's right there, and it's getting annoyed. Oh, finally someone who gets me. Now tell your little entourage to get with the program, or else I'll get back to killing all of you. You sigh, glancing at the others. Alright, listen up. The ghost is here, and I think I can help you both hear it, but you need to trust me. I think your spirit box might help me with this, Sky. Sky immediately perks up at this idea and wipes away the blood on their face. Oh my gosh, are you going to channel it? Are you going to channel it? Or maybe open a spectral conduit? I've read about this. It'll actually help for you guys to hear it if we're touching, so hands in while I do this. Sky grabs a hold of your hand in a flash. Alistair looks down at your extended hand with disgust. If this involves more of your theatrics, I am not interested. Alistair, shut it and give me your damn hand. Sky, grab your spirit box and hand it to me. Sky obediently passes over the device, and you take a deep breath, focusing your energy. Okay, everyone stand still and don't interrupt. This will only work if I concentrate. You close your eyes and focus your powers onto the spirit box. The room grows colder as the lights dim. The static from the spirit box becomes louder, and then its erratic buzz moves into coherent speech. The ghost's voice comes out of the box, nice and smooth. Nice party trick. Took you long enough. Sky gasps and clutches your arm. It's talking. I heard it. Alistair visibly becomes more rigid than he usually is. That voice. It's real. Or is this a trick? Of course I'm real, genius. What? Did you think your buddy here was making me up for attention? Wait, Ghost, what's your name? Why are you here? Why are you doing this? Slow down, Chatterbox. One question at a time. Why bother asking anything at all? This thing clearly enjoys wasting time. Oh, you're fun. I can see why they brought you. Pure entertainment value. Okay, let's not antagonize the ghost, Alistair. Focus. We need to figure out what it wants, or we're never getting out of here. Oh, finally someone with a brain. Alright, here's the deal. I want closure. You help me, and maybe I'll stop flickering the lights every 5 seconds. Oh, please do! Closure? Like, you have unfinished business? Ding, ding, ding! Gives the nerd a prize! Usually the spirits have a regret from life, like telling a loved one a final message, righting a wrong, or wrapping up loose ends that prevents them from leaving. Right on, sunshine. So, what I want so bad is love. I mean, you came to the right person for that. What? Obviously, it's just messing with us more. I'm sure you're all surprised, but I never got to love anyone or anything while I was alive. That's why my cursed spirit can't move on. Look, I know what you idiots came for. You want me to leave this stupid apartment, and you know what? I'd like to leave too, but I can't. The ghost looks directly at you and addresses you. You're the only person in this world that can see, talk, or interact with me at all. You are my only hope. What exactly are you saying? I'm saying I'm not leaving, and neither are any of you bitches until I get the one thing I've ever truly wanted. True love's kiss. Oh, get well. Pucker up then, mister. Or ma'am. Or them. I don't know what you go by. Only true love's kiss from you can purify my evil. Sound familiar? The spirit box sputters as the ghost cackles. You look at the others. Their faces a mixture of horror and curiosity. Alistair looks pointedly at you. Go on, then. Give it a kiss. Wait, you're gonna pimp lying out to this guy? Hey, it ain't the first time it happened. I mean, did you really think I'm an exorcist by, like, the job title Ghostbuster? No. You're sadly mistaken. You help spirits move on, right? Help him out, and then we can all move on with our lives. You're not even sure if you could kiss a ghost. His ghostly form will most likely just phase through your face. Well, reluctantly, shyly, enthusiastically? Oh, enthusiastically! You steal yourself. What do you mean, steal myself? What do you mean? Well, I guess I gotta harden up for this, but then again, you gotta shut up now. You decide to go all in. Oh no, he did not expect that. You take a confident step forward, grabbing the ghost by the collar of his ethereal hoodie and plant a bold, theatrical kiss where his lips should be. There's a strange static hum as the ghost form flickers, his eyes wide in disbelief. Oh, we're going in again! God, I'm just straight up making out with this ghost. He quickly jumps to kiss you back, sending a strange, cold chill through your body. By the time he pulls away, you look at him dazed and out of breath. Well, shit. I didn't expect that. Maybe you're not so bad after all. Oh, so your name is Chris! Okay. That was a lot. Well, at least you're dedicated to the job. The ghost seems momentarily dazed, as if the kiss truly had some effect. Maybe you're getting somewhere, or maybe you've just inflated his ego. I feel something. Is that the light? No, I think you're just getting a hard on. Really? What's happening to it? Lion, I can't see. Is there really a light? Oh, I'm just kidding. Close, but no cigar. I said true love's kiss. The ghost cackles at the group, his bravado coming back even stronger. You gotta try a lot harder to make me fall in love with you. That was pretty mid. Maybe if you begged me to kiss you, I'd fall in love. I knew it. It's just trying to waste our time. What are we going to do now? Well, clearly I'm gonna need some alone time with this ghost to deal with some busting. So, like, you two might want to step away for this, or, like, just don't mind me. I'm just gonna head straight to the bedroom and just, like, get on with my job. I mean, like, hey, I'm not the one who said I was pimping me out. Like, it's all Alistair, baby, and I'm getting paid for this. Alistair snappily cuts in. I've heard enough. Freeloading pests, do you hear me? Loud and clear, Chad. It's Alistair Von Dempsey, and I own the apartment you're haunting, and you will leave. Sky! What? What else do you have in that bag? It's now or never. Sky excitedly pulls out another gadget from their oversized backpack. Yeah, alright. This one's gonna blow your ectoplasmic mind. I call it the Spectra Catcher 3000. That's just a vacuum cleaner with LEDs on it. And you're just a party pooper. Watch and learn. Sky powers up the device and it makes an obnoxiously loud whirring sound. Sky, is it supposed to sound like that? Absolutely. That's how you know it's working. The ghost stares at the contraption, unimpressed. Are you trying to vacuum me into the afterlife? I've seen better tech in a middle school science fair. Suddenly, the device sparks and sputters. A loud pop echoes through the room, and a puff of smoke explodes in Sky's face. Okay, minor setback, but I think we're getting somewhere. Yes, to the emergency room. They tried to turn it back on, but this time it completely catches fire. Ah! Sky throws the Spectral Catcher 3000 on the floor, and Alistair stomps the fire, and the device out. Aww, I worked on that one for so long. Wow, you guys really got the circus act down. That was so cringe. Everyone is so useless. Of course I have to do everything around here. Alistair pulls out an old leather-bound book with dramatic flair. This should do the trick. An ancient medieval rite to expel lingering spirits. Where did you even get that? A gentleman never reveals his sources. You got it bought online, didn't you? Shut up! He begins reading from the book, his voice echoing dramatically. The ghost, initially unimpressed, suddenly doubles over laughing. No! Not the power of light compels you, shtick! Stop! You're killing me! Oh wait, no! I'm already dead! The spell fizzles out, and Alistair slams the book shut in frustration. Well, that went well. Yeah, 10 out of 10 performance. Encore? Oh, shut up. After the tense back and forth, the ghost grows quiet for a moment, its form flickering slightly. You know, it's not like I chose to be like this. What do you mean? I'm serious about my final regret. Yeah, I just make edgy jokes. Being dead doesn't magically make you a saint. I was kind of a jerk in life too, if you can believe that. Oh, we can believe it. Oh, shut up! Anyway, I was always pushing people away. But at least then, I had people to push away. Now it's just empty. You... Oh man! Sympathize or ask more... I sympathize. That's pretty sad. Oh, don't pity me, sunshine. I'm still gonna make your life hell. You think about all that's been said and done so far. Alistair and Sky seem to have run out of their itinerary, too. Can you give us some time to talk and think of how to get your true love's kiss? Huh? What are you gonna say that you can't say in front of me, you ugly bitch? Let me think. I can't think of what to do with your commentary. Oh, fine. You have 1 minute before I start shaking and flickering the lights again. I hate being ignored. Well, good thing I didn't then. You watch his ghostly form float out of earshot. The other two shift around nervously. Is he gone? You whisper hurriedly to the others. He's gone. What do you guys think we should do? Shouldn't you know? That's your job. Yeah, so maybe if we go along with him for now, we can look around the apartment to see if there's another way to get rid of him. Or a way to leave. What do you think about saving his soul? He did sound somewhat sincere earlier. Are you stupid? He's obviously just lying. Just send him to hell or whatever. Okay, time's up. What's the game plan? I can't wait to hear it. Sky is visibly shaken when hearing the ghost return and unconsciously grasp where the ghost attacked them. Alistair crosses their arms, unimpressed. The ghost lounges mid-air, clearly amused. I didn't know ghosts were so aggressive. Oh, I'm sorry, Snowflake. Did I hurt your feelings? Let me guess. You're the optimistic one in the group, right? Hey! Maybe you wouldn't be an evil spirit if you weren't a jerk. Right, because the power of positivity will save you from me squeezing your insides like a stress ball. Can you even kill them? Seems like all you do is play silly pranks and run your foul mouth. Bold of you to challenge me, Mr. Discount Aristocrat. Shouldn't you be sipping tea and counting pennies? At least I have money to count, you parasitic pest. Everyone's starting to bicker. I think I've got you figured out, Alistair. I think Alistair's winning the roast battle. Reassure Sky. Man, God, oh no! I don't know! God! Because I want to be able to romance, Chris, was it? Like, we never actually got his name, so that might have just been, like, an error. But, like, I wanna smooch the ghost again! Can I smooch the ghost again? Then again, I do want to antagonize Alistair some more, so let's do that. I think I got you figured out, Alistair. That was pretty spot on. Whose side are you on? The right side. Oh, wait, you never even told us your name. Yeah, nerd, that was on purpose. Well, at least tell us your name if you don't want to keep being called a ghost, spirit, specter, phantom. Okay, God, you are so annoying. You losers can call me Shadow. I said Shadow the Hedgehog? Ain't no way. Nah, I'm not calling you that. Or God. God works too. Certainly not. The tenant that died here was named Christian Pollock. He was a tenant here for years before being found dead in this apartment a couple months ago. Sky stares at Alistair in disbelief. You didn't want to tell us that earlier? Alistair shrugs nonchalantly. Didn't think it was relevant. But you told us the exact make and model of the apartment? I'm gonna kill you! Just call me Chris at least! So, what's the brilliant plan you morons came up with? They all look at you, for some reason awaiting your answer. You glance around the group, feeling the tension rise. What will you say to the group? I'm gonna give him his true love's kiss! You take a deep breath and step forward, staring directly at Chris. If it really is a true love's kiss that you need, then I'll do it. The room falls silent as everyone stares at you in shock, even Chris. Wait, what? Are you serious? This is either the dumbest or the bravest thing I've ever seen. No, it might just be the dumbest. Hey! You hired me, and you didn't say you wanted me to just do my job, so let me do my job! Chris grins, his ghostly form flickering with glee. Oh, now this is gonna be fun. Let's see if we got what it takes, sunshine. Chris smirks, clearly enjoying the chaos. Whatever. I'm looking forward to whatever happens either way. Let the games begin. Looks like we got our work cut out for us. You give a final look between Alistair and Sky before you all move in different directions of the apartment, the tension lingering in the air. Act 2? Act 2! Act 2! The room reeks of stale cigarettes and old pizza. Trash litters the floor. Half-empty energy drink cans lay in piles, and the once vibrant wallpaper is peeling to reveal the brick underneath. The furniture is mismatched and worn down, if you can even call it furniture. A single chair sits beside a dirty, stained table. Why live in such an expensive apartment building just to trash it like this? I mean, kind of the mood here. Oh, God. I'm getting to show my mouse here. Well, looks like there's a lot we can actually interact with here. And, like, there are a few rooms we can interact with. What's with the closed room at the back? What? Okay. You attempt to open the door to the bedroom, but it's locked. That's curious. Where's the key? Huh. Right, the action figures. The shelves are packed with rows of manga and anime figurines, some still in their boxes. There's no clear organizational method here, with anime, manga, and more explicit material scattered about. Nothing that seemed important to this case. You take a step back. What about the trash? You step closer to the heap of ramen packets, crumpled papers, and cigarette butts. Carefully, you shift some of it around to see if there's anything useful in there. Huh? You see a crumpled up envelope mixed in with the rest of the debris. You pick it up and take a look. It's addressed to Christian from someone named Marcus Delgado. You open the contents and read it. Dear Chris, it's been so long. Mom misses you. She's not getting any younger, as she just wants to see her son. You've got a new nephew now, Lil Alex. He's got your stubborn streak. Come meet him. I get it. You've been busy. But pushing us away? That's not the answer. We're your family, Chris. I miss you too, brother. Come home. Even for a day. Marcus. Okay. Guy clearly doesn't have a good relationship with his folks. Okay, I do want to look at a plant back there. A withered cactus sits on the windowsill, its pot cracked and leaking dirt on the sill. You wonder what this poor thing is doing here. Hard to imagine Chris ever having a green thumb in his past life. Water it? Yeah? Okay. You go to the kitchen and get some water from the faucet. You're surprised the pipes still work. Then you head back to the plant to give it some much needed water. The dirt in the pot sucks it up greedily. Yeah, it's been a while, huh? Chris watches with a complicated expression and tries to wave you away. Just leave it alone. It's already dead. What's the point? I still have some hope for it. Oh, Lion, you're so nice. Little plant can still make a comeback, I think. With that done, you can return to your investigation. Okay. Now what? What else can I look at? Spirit box? Spirit box. The spirit box was placed in the middle of the room so that Chris could communicate with everyone. With your supernatural powers, its effect was amplified. It emits a constant low buzz when Chris isn't speaking. As you observe the box, Sky comes over and picks it up. Sky turns the spirit box in their hands and then holds it up towards the ceiling. Come on, Ghost Boy, give us something meaningful. Chris sneers and then leans close to the box, his voice crackling through the static. You want meaningful? Life's a joke, and the punchline is you die alone. Charming. Never mind. Right. I feel like I want to talk with Chris, but I also want to check out Is Chris smoking? How are you smoking in the afterlife? Jesus. Okay, I do want to talk with Chris. I think I'll talk with Chris first. Or do I look around? I'm not sure. Okay, if this accidentally progresses anything, I wouldn't know what to do. Let's talk with Sky first. Lion, what's up? I have some questions for you. I have something to ask you. Sure, what do you want to know? Your love of ghosts? You sure do love ghosts. I do. I've loved the idea of ghosts and the supernatural ever since I was young. That's why I've always been so interested in your story. I wish I had more encounters with the otherworldly too. How do you respond? Well, what's your favorite ghost story? Or, okay, what's your favorite ghost story or myth? I'm guessing you're pretty into all that stuff? Oh, there's so many. I love the stories where the ghosts aren't evil, but just misunderstood, you know? Sky's face lights up as they talk about their favorite ghost stories, their passion evident. I think ghosts can just be as misunderstood as humans sometimes. It's tragic, but fascinating. Sounds like something you'd say. I think you'd be an amazing ghost investigator one day. Aw, you think so? Thanks. Maybe one day I'll be famous for all of my ghost encounters. Inventions. So your inventions. Oh, I like to tinker around and make things. I guess getting them to work exactly the way I imagined has been challenging. But I don't let that get me down. I gotta keep trying. So this is just a normal part of being a scientist and inventor. What do you say next? Well, I'm going to encourage them. Hey, don't give up. You've got the skills. It'll work out eventually. Thanks. That really means a lot. I guess it's just about finding the right combination of sorts. Sky's confidence seems to grow a bit as they smile. They appreciate the support, and it pushes them to keep going. You've got my back, huh? I'll make sure to prove you right. About Chris. So, what do you think about Chris? I think he's mean-spirited. Huh? You get it? Sky raises an eyebrow, waiting for your response, a hint of playfulness in their voice. How do you respond? I laugh. Yeah, totally get it. Sky grins widely, clearly pleased with your reaction. They seem relieved you're on the same page. Glad you got it. I was worried I was being too harsh, but seriously, he's such a grump, isn't he? Yeah, but there's more to him, right? I think he's got some kind of hidden dip. Oh, sure. Hidden behind all their sarcasm and bad vibes. Maybe one day he'll surprise us. I hope so. Anyway, in all seriousness, what do you think about second chances? I believe in second chances. People can change, and everyone deserves the opportunity to do better. Whoa, that's really heartwarming. Gotta get heart, huh? I like that. I think it's important to give people a chance to redeem themselves, even if it takes time. I like how you think. Maybe that's why I hang around you so much. I want to believe, and you make me believe in the good parts of people. Well, I usually want to give people a second chance, or about 5 to 6 before I feel like an idiot, but who's counting? It's a risk, but if it's worth it, I don't mind a little mess. Yeah, life's full of messes, isn't it? Definitely, but sometimes it's the messes that makes everything interesting. Just gotta know when to walk away before it gets too out of hand. Sky gives you a warm smile, and for a moment, you both just stand there, think about the nature of second chances. About your gender identity and expression. So, you said you go by they, them? Yep, that's right. It never felt right to me to being called anything else, even growing up. And I like being something more fluid with my appearances too. Just feels good. Sky smiles a little more brightly as they talk about this part of themselves. Their tone feels relaxed, but there's a subtle sense of pride in their voice. How do you respond? I think that's really cool. I respect your identity. I don't get it, but I respect your choice. I don't really get it, but it's your choice. Isn't that a bit confusing? I don't see the point in all that. I think it's pretty cool. It's awesome that you found what makes you feel right, and I really admire your confidence. Aw, thanks. It wasn't easy, but I've grown into it. It just feels good to just be me, you know? Sky seems genuinely happy, their smile widening, and they seem to appreciate you understanding and support. No more questions. Got nothing else to ask. Okay. Questions about something I found. Sure, I'll try to help if I can. You ask about the bookshelf. So, lots of interesting things in that bookcase. What do you think? Yeah, the manga and anime stuff. Yeah, I've seen it before. It's fine, I guess. Not really my thing, though. I mean, I get the appeal. Cool art, wild stories, larger-than-life characters. It's just not something I resonate with. What do you like, then? I'm more into mysteries and true crime, especially if it's got unsolved cases or spooky stuff, as you know. Sky shrugs, clearly indifferent, but not judgmental. They glance at the bookshelf again, as if trying to spot something they might connect with. How do you respond? Man, I compliment their interest. True crime and mysteries, huh? That's pretty cool. Right? There's just something fascinating about the unknown. Of course you would understand. Totally. Keeps you guessing and always on edge. Exactly. Maybe I'll recommend a podcast or two for you sometime. Sky seems genuinely pleased with your interest in their favorite genre. Trash. So, the mountains of trash. Oh, yeah. That's not great. It's definitely on the gross side. Kinda makes you wonder how someone just let it get this bad. Like, did they just stop caring entirely? Guess it's our job to deal with the spooky stuff. Not the hygiene issue, though. Sky looks at the trash pile with a mix of mild disgust and curiosity. Clearly tried to figure out how anyone could live like this. How do you respond? Well, I'm gonna show sympathy for whoever lived here. It's kinda sad, though. Makes you wonder what was going on with the person who lived here. Yeah, does feel like more than just laziness, doesn't it? Maybe they were dealing with something big and it just got out of control. Could be. Yeah, I wonder if we can figure out what happened here. Sky seems thoughtful, a little more understanding of the situation thanks to your perspective. The plant. The plant in the living room. Looks pretty rough. Yeah, poor plant. Guess it didn't survive the haunted vibes or the complete lack of care. I'm not great with plants either. I always forget they need water and, sunlight. Sky scratches the back of their head awkwardly, clearly feeling a bit guilty about the neglected greenery. How do you respond? Yeah, I'm gonna offer to help the plant. Want to try bringing it back to life? We could bring it with us after this. Really? You do that? That's nice of you. The idea of bringing it back to life is pretty exciting too. Yeah, it's just a plant. Might be fun to see if it pulls through. Alright, let's give it a shot. Who knows, maybe it'll thrive with some actual attention. Sky smiles, appreciating your willingness to help. Locked door. What's behind the locked door? I'm thinking there's gotta be something big in there. The source of the ghost's lingering feelings? Maybe a murder plot to be discovered. Sky starts getting carried away in their theories, animatedly gesturing as they go on. Or maybe a treasure chest full of gold coins, or, what if it's just some creepy diary that reveals everything about the ghost's past? Okay, maybe it's just a broom closet, but still, we have to find out. How do you respond? Well, I'll encourage their excitement. You might be onto something, Sky. Let's crack this mystery wide open. Yeah, I knew you'd get into it too. Let's get in there already. I got nothing else to ask. Nothing else to say. Alright, catch you later. Oh, God, that took a while. Well, where do I want to go? I think let's check out the room on the right first. The kitchen is somehow even worse than the living room. The sink is overflowing with dirty dishes, caked in who knows what and stained with old grease. A pot with something green and moldy growing inside sits abandoned on the stove, next to a stack of takeout boxes stained with soy sauce and grease. The refrigerator door hangs slightly ajar, a faint buzzing sound emanating from it. Could they have at least closed the goddamn fridge? You hesitate to look inside, imagining what horrors might await. The counters are clattered with empty ramen cups, spilt sugar, and sticky puddle that could be soda or something worse. Despite the chaos, there's an eerie sense of stillness, like the mess itself has become part of the apartment's permanent decay. It's hard to tell if Chris was a bad cook or if he simply never bothered to try. Either way, the kitchen feels like the ghost of his apathy, haunting the space as much as he does. Okay, what do we look at here? Fridge. You grab the already ajar door and open it all the way. A cloud of, no! A cloud of flies emerge from the fridge as you try to swat them away from you. They dissipate into the room, and you get a look at the contents inside the fridge. Yeah, it's just a bunch of rotten food. Just mystery slop that's fusing into the surface of the fridge. Huh? What's that stuck in the back, behind a dangerously inflated milk carton? Something shiny catches your eye. What are you thinking? I'm gonna pick it up. Okay, here I go. You carefully navigate your hand, avoiding sludge and especially the milk carton bomb. You push the trash away until you can more easily get to the object. You find a scratched up piece of metal buried in the pile. A closer look reveals the outline of a key buried in what can only be described as sentient milk sludge. It kinda looks like it's moving. Oh, no way. Great. It's stuck in something weird. Grab it. You tentatively reach out to grab it. I'm sure reaching into a suspicious substance will be okay. You reach into the sludge again, but this time it surges up your arm, constricting like a slimy snake. Panic sets in as you struggle to break free. The clothes on your arm are already starting to hiss and melt away. In a panic, you call for, "That's Chris! Help!" Chris faces into the kitchen at your cries for help. As much as I'd love to see how this plays out, I kinda want you alive. Chris materializes beside you and glares at the sludge like the annoyed parent scolding a misbehaving child. Hey! Bad slime! Drop it! The sludge hesitates as if recognizing his authority before shrinking away and hiding under a pile of trash. How did you do that? Also slime? When did this turn into fantasy? Yeah, I've got a way with gross, slimy things. Guess you're lucky I'm charming. Try not to stick your hand in anything else dumb, yeah? And don't make me save you twice. Once is my limit. Chris smirks and floats away casually. I'm gonna make him do that again. Do I have to think, though? Yeah, all the nasty slop is still there. The shining glint in the back of the fridge catches your eye again. What are you thinking? Should I? Should I pick it up? You lean back into the disgusting fridge. Yuck. Oh, god damn it. I leave the sludge alone now. It's just too gross. A shadow moves in the corner of your eye, and you realize Chris is standing there, his head poking into the doorway. Good choice. Don't need you touching my stuff. He smirks, watching you with a gleam of mischief in his eyes. Heard you rummaging around in the fridge. Don't you know that's rude? Without waiting for a reply, he vanishes back towards the living room. Great, now even the ghost is judging me. You step away from the fridge, grateful to put some distance between the source of the putrid smell. Right, now what? I don't see anything else I can click. I really don't. How do I get out of here? Wait, how do I get out? Okay, I feel like this could have been done a little better, but apparently, like, there's a little area to the left here which I can click on to actually leave. So I'm gonna do that. The living room is messy as usual. The others in the group are busy with their investigation. I'm gonna check the room on the left. I step into the bathroom, the faint trip of a leaky faucet greeting you. The tiles are cracked and yellowed with age, and the medicine cabinet hangs slightly ajar. You wonder if you can find anything useful in here. Probably, the bathtub? You pull back the moldy curtains to inspect the bathtub. The bathtub is stained with rust, its drain clogged with unidentifiable gunk. A small bucket sits in the corner, likely used to catch water from the leaky faucet. Inside the bucket, you find a bent wire hanger. This could work as a makeshift tool. You straighten the hanger as fast as you can, turning it into a hook. I can use that! Let's check the drawer? Cabinet? You crouch down and pull the cabinet beneath the sink. It's damp, moldy, and filled with cleaning supplies. Maybe the bleach will be useful. You grab it and close the cabinet. What could it be useful for? Medicine cabinet. You pull open the creaky cabinet door. Inside, there's a strange assortment of half-used toiletries, medication bottles. Look closer. Yeah? You grab some of the bottles and read the labels. Zoloft, Lexapro, Prozac. Oh! He's an anxious baby and depressed. Hella depressed. These are antidepressants. And by the looks of them, they're all really old and have been expired for a long time. Much longer than he's been dead. He closed the cabinet and turned back to the rest of the bathroom. Okay, anything else? I feel like there's something else. I don't think there's anything else for me to look at, so let's leave. Again, like this indication should be a little more clear. And probably wider so that... What? When you enter the living room, you see Sky talking to the spirit box with their arms waving around. You know, Chris, if you weren't such a prick all the time, maybe people would have liked you more. And if you weren't so sensitive, maybe you wouldn't cry every time someone called you out. What do? I called them both. I intervene. Guys, seriously, we're supposed to be working together. Oh, sorry. Didn't realize we were in a therapy session. He started it. You let out a heavy sigh and tried to continue what you were doing before. Eventually, those two returned back to what they were doing before. As much as I don't wanna, I'm gonna talk to him. Yo, what's up? When you walk up to Alistair, he's in the middle of adjusting his meticulously curated posh outfit. His shirt is perfectly tucked into tailored trousers, the cuffs neatly rolled to reveal a gleaming, expensive watch on his wrist. The sharp creases on his clothes suggest they've seen a recent encounter with a steam press. He fusses over his lapels, brushing off an imaginary speck of dust, his movements precise and deliberate. He looks positively like a fish out of water in the sea of trash that is Chris's apartment. He glances at you briefly before returning his attention to his clothes, straightening out his collar with a faint frown of concentration. Even in this mundane moment, Alistair radiates an air of authority and elegance, as if every detail of his appearance is a declaration of his superiority. Well, are you here to admire or interrupt? I don't have all day. How do you respond? Man, I should ask why he's so dressed up. What's the occasion? You always this dressed up, or is something special going on? Why wouldn't I dress up? Unlike some people, I understand the value of appearances. Fair enough, but seriously, you look like you're heading to a gala or something. If you must know, I believe in being prepared. One never knows when an opportunity might arise. Or when a ghost might comment on your outfit. Exactly. I wouldn't expect you to understand the importance of standards. He huffs, but his posture straightened slightly under your attention. Lion, what do you want? Questions for you. I have something to ask you. Sure. What do you want to know? You ask about his past. What kind of past did you have? Did you always have money? Hardly. Is that what you poor people cling to as an excuse? You assume I just got lucky? Alistair crosses his arms, his gaze sharp and unyielding. I worked for everything I have. Unlike some people, I don't expect life to hand me everything. I have serious doubts about this. How do you respond? Well, I challenge his attitude. I pressed him for more details. Fair enough, but now I'm curious. How did you get to where you are? Hard work, sacrifice, and not wasting time on frivolous nonsense. That's vague. Did you start with a lemonade stand or something? If you must know, I started with a rundown property, fixed it up, sold it for more, rinse and repeat. I worked hard and saved everything I had to get that first place going, and I've been fighting to keep everything I've earned. Sounds like a lot of effort. Impressive though. It was. And don't think for a second I'll go easy on you just because I've been there before. Alistair seems slightly more relaxed, though his tone remains gruff. His love of money? You sure love money. Of course. And? Alistair doesn't even try to deny it, his tone as unapologetic as ever. How do you respond? Try to understand his perspective. Challenge his priorities. I want to try to understand. You've been working hard your whole life, haven't you? Harder than most, I'd wager. Every coin I've got, I earned. The ghost makes it sound like everything was handed to me. I wish. That makes sense. You've got your reasons, even if I don't fully get it. At least you're not completely clueless. For a moment, his usual gruffness softens, replaced by a flicker of appreciation. About Chris. What do you think about Chris? Who? The ghost? What do I think? He's a lazy, self-absorbed disaster. You'd think being dead would make him less of a slob. Instead, he spends his time whining and cluttering up what's already a godforsaken apartment. Alistair crosses his arms, clearly unimpressed. He glares at the air as if daring Chris to start arguing. If he had half as much energy haunting as he does complaining, maybe this place wouldn't be such a wreck. How do you respond? I'm going to stay neutral on the... Do I stay neutral? I feel like I should defend Chris, though. I'm going to defend Chris. Come on, he's not that bad. He's just misunderstood. Misunderstood? He's a walking, floating mess. Don't romanticize incompetence. Maybe if you were nicer, he'd be more cooperative. Nice? To him? I'll be nice when he earns it. Alistair scoffs, clearly unwilling to budge. Medieval interest. So, like medieval stuff. Like? That's putting it lightly. The medieval era was the pinnacle of human ingenuity and structure. They had discipline, honor, and knew the value of hard work, unlike the lazy excuses of people nowadays. He's saying this, but I'm legit curious. Does he know that times are a lot harder now? Like, does he know? I mean, like, okay, he might be around our age. So he probably knows, like, just how hard it is to actually, like, grow in the current times. To, like, have even a livable wage. But, like, I don't know how I feel about this man. I don't like him. Alistair crosses his arms, clearly passionate about the subject. His eyes gleam as he continues. Not to mention, they knew how to handle their money. None of this buy now, pay later nonsense. That is the fault of capitalism. How do you respond? Well, I'll show genuine curiosity. So what's your favorite thing about the medieval era? Castles, knights, something else? The structure. Everyone knew their place and worked for their keep. It wasn't perfect, but it was efficient, unlike the chaos of today. Sounds like you really admire the order they had. I do. Too bad most people can't even fathom the kind of discipline. For a moment, his gruff demeanor softens, his pride in the era shining through. No more questions. Questions about things I've found. You ask about the bookshelf. So, lots of interesting things in the bookcase. What do you think? I suppose this is what passes for reading these days. No wonder civilization's gone downhill. I only read books that are cultured, not this smut. What do you read? History books? Proper reading, not that fluff people are into nowadays. How do you respond? Actually, wait, ask an earnest question. Or compliment his taste. I want to ask an earnest question. What's your favorite historical period to read about? You seem pretty passionate about it. The medieval era, of course. A time of real strength and perseverance. You could learn a thing or two from it. Sounds intense. Maybe you can recommend a good book. We'll see if you're up to the task of reading it after this job is done. Trash. What's with the mountains of trash? I've seen medieval battlefields in better condition. This place should be condemned. More reason for you to get back to work, so we can leave this cursed place. How do you respond? How did it get so bad? Do you have any idea how this place got like this? It feels intentional. Probably sheer laziness, though I wouldn't put it past some people to hoard out of spite. Either way, it's revolting. I guess it shows how much people cared about this place. Carelessness, incompetence, and filth. What a legacy to leave behind. The plant. The plant in the living room. It looks pretty dead. Of course. How anything could live in these conditions. It's a tragedy, really. A perfectly good plant, ruined by neglect and filth. How do you respond? I'm gonna show sympathy for it. Yeah, poor thing didn't stand a chance. It deserved better. At least someone around here has a shred of empathy. Maybe you're not entirely useless. Thanks, I think. Don't get too comfortable. There's plenty more to fix. The fridge. So the fridge, it's kinda got a lot of strange stuff in it. And a slime! I thought it's just from fantasy books and isekai. You know, in some places, they call that a crime against humanity. Clean it out before it starts growing legs. I saw some cleaning supplies in the bathroom. A good bleach bath should do the trick to that foul thing. How do you respond? I don't know! Dismiss it. No, God, maybe not that. I'll clean it out. You're right. I'll take care of it before it starts a rebellion. Good. At least someone around here understands the concept of responsibility. Don't get used to me agreeing with you. Don't worry. Wasn't planning on it. Locked door. What's behind the locked door? What do you think? Obviously, it's the bedroom. I told you, it's a one-bedroom apartment, not a studio. Alistair rolls his eyes impatiently. Hurry up and look for the key. There's probably something valuable in there compared to continuing to look out here. It has got to be around here somewhere. Keep looking. How do you respond? Wait. Question is priorities. You're really obsessed with this locked door. Are you sure there's even anything in there? Of course I'm sure. I wouldn't be wasting time on it otherwise. Seems like a long shot to me. Shows what you know. Stick to Ghost. I'll handle the valuables. Nothing else to ask. You done wasting time now? Screw you! Back to work then. I'm not running a charity. Man, screw that guy. I want to talk with Sky. I need their bubbliness. Hey, you! Hey, can I be honest with you for a second? I've met a lot of people in this line of work, but you're different. In a good way. Of course, I've always been a fan of your work, but after getting to know you, I like you even more. I mean, usually ghosts are terrifying, and I'm running the other way, but with you, I feel braver, confident even. Sky rubs the back of their neck nervously, their usual bright demeanor faltering slightly. I sound so cheesy right now. Just pretend I didn't say anything, okay? I teased them. I teased. So, are you saying you're into me? Because that's what it sounds like. Wait, what? No, I mean, okay, maybe a little? A little? Your face is saying a lot more than a little right now. You're impossible, but fine, you caught me. Happy now? Very. Sky fidgets nervously, but there's a warmth in their expression as they glance at your lips. What? Hey! They slowly lean closer to you, carefully while gauging your reaction. Let them... Wait! I feel like this is important! I pulled them in first! Before they can overthink it, you grab their hand and pull them closer, pressing a kiss to their lips. Sky freezes for a moment, then quickly melts into it, their warmth and energy filling the space between you. Okay, wow. I was not prepared for that, but I'm definitely not complaining. Good. Looking forward to when we can do that again. They laugh nervously, their eyes sparkling with joy. So, what were we doing again? Trying to act normal with all this ghost stuff going on? But hey, we'll figure it out. Despite their words, there's a brightness in Sky's smile that makes you feel like anything is possible. So, what were we doing before this? Oh yeah. Lion, what's up? Gotta ask you about some stuff. The fridge. So, the fridge. It's kinda got a lot of strange stuff in it. Their face scrunches in disgust at the memory of it. Oh, ew, I'm not touching that. It's like way too gross. If you look through it, don't use your bare hands. Sky shudders at the thought alone, visibly uncomfortable. How do you respond? Yeah, I'll clean it myself. I'll take care of it. You don't have to worry about it. Really? Oh, you're a lifesaver. Or fridge saver? He's away, thanks. Don't mention it, though you owe me one after this. Deal. I'll even cheer you on from a safe distance. I got nothing else to ask. Okay, goodbye. Okay, can I do that with everyone? Hey, what's up? You got anything to say? Lion, come over here. I have something to say to you. You're used to his blunt way of speaking by now and walk over to Alistair. You've surprised me. You're more reasonable and hardworking than I would have guessed for a ghost whisperer. It's kind of a compliment, even if it's a backhanded one. It's pretty rare for Alistair to give out anything nice. You, I flirt. Yes. Well, if I'm surprising you, maybe I should do it more often, in a way that might interest you. There's a long pause. Alistair seems taken aback, but it's hard to tell if he's annoyed or flustered. Don't start with that, Lion. I don't need your little distractions right now. Oh, seems like you're enjoying it. Maybe you just don't know how to handle someone like me. Don't flatter yourself. I just don't have time for games. Despite his words, his eyes linger on you for a moment longer than necessary, the corner of his mouth twitching. He might not admit it, but there's definitely a spark, silent acknowledgement of the connection you're both beginning to form. Anyway, what do you want? I have nothing. I have some questions, okay? No questions, okay? I'm out of here. Okay. Now I'm to flirt with the ghost. I need to flirt. Hey, I actually wanted to talk to you. What? As you can imagine, I'm not used to all this freaking sappy stuff. It's rare to find anyone that I get along with. At his attempt at communication, Chris rubs his spectral hair and groans in frustration. You know what? Screw you and never mind. I wasn't trying to say anything. You, I tease. So, sounds like you're super into me. No, that is not. Then why are you acting so flustered? I am not flustered. You totally are. Your spectral form is like glowing. Maybe I'm into you. Got a problem with that? Maybe. God, can you just shut up? How about you make me? Maybe I will. Chris approaches you and places a spectral hand behind your neck. I pull him in first. You use your powers to grab him first, to his surprise, and you pull him in. He quickly relaxes into it and begins kissing you back with fervor. By the time you pull away, he stares at you in a pleased daze. Looks like you're the one that was shut up. He just smiles at this, fully accepting how thoroughly he was put in his place. He lets you go reluctantly and takes a step back. Well, now what were we doing? Trying to pretend I'm not blushing like a freaking idiot? I didn't know ghosts could do that. Despite his usual sarcastic tone, there's a softness in his voice that betrays how he actually feels about you. So, what were we doing? Oh, right. What do you want, sunshine? Right. What? I have some questions. I want to ask you some questions. No? Why not? What are you doing? I'm obviously enjoying the circus. It's not every day I get new monkeys up here. I want to try to help you, Chris. Maybe even to give you true love's kiss. A willing lamb to the slaughter. What a lapse in judgment. But hey, I'm not complaining if you want to try to fight for my love. I hope you like the pain because caring for me has never been good for anyone. I don't believe that. There's still something worth caring about in you. Oh my god, he's blushing! Chris's expression shifts, a mix of disbelief and something softer, and it disappears in a flash. You're either brave or stupid. Maybe both. I'll just be sitting my pretty head over here until it gets too boring. And if it gets boring, Chris gives you a knowing, smug look. Well, I'll shake things up again. How did you die? Do you know how you died? Making me remember my trauma. That's pretty cold, Lion. You're trying to hurt me, aren't you? I'm just trying to get more info. And I'm just screwing with you. I don't remember a goddamn thing about how I died, but it wasn't my fault. How are you so sure it's not your fault? Last thing I remember is just doing the same thing I always did every day. And that is rice, piss, ramen, computer, send a daily bomb thread down an energy drink, dog some people I hate, eat a cigarette, computer. He thinks for another moment longer before continuing. Yeah, oh, I goon and then sleep. Repeat. God freaking damn it, Chris! That lifestyle. I think I could guess how he died. I sympathize. It sounds hard. Can't imagine what life was like to get to that point. Oh, don't pity me, Lion. Don't want it. I'm not trying to pity you. Chris shrugs you up, but there's a sad look in his eyes. Why are you like this? Pretty rude of you to ask me like this. Like what? Perfect? Smarter than anyone that's ever lived or died? How do you respond? I play along. Yeah, sure. Why are you so smart and perfect? Because I'm not a brain-dead a-hole, that's why. Life is meaningless. Slow crawl to hell, and no one knows that. They bother with friends and family, and they work their little jobs and live their little lives until they die. They're too stupid to know how worthless their lives really were. He stops abruptly, as if suddenly realizing he was rambling. You also look at him in shock at his long-winded, unfiltered thoughts. Screw you. You got me monologuing. No more questions. Great. I have some questions about something I found. Okay, but can't say I'll answer. You want to ask about the bookshelf. So you were really into this sort of stuff, huh? What can I say? I had refined taste. Not that you'd understand. How do you respond? Actually, ask an earnest question. But I like anime. I freaking love anime. I compliment him. Actually, I think it's pretty cool. You were really into something you loved. Huh. That's unexpected. I guess you're not as clueless as you look. Thanks, I think. Don't get used to the compliments. Trash. So what's with the mountains of trash? My apologies. I didn't realize I was supposed to redecorate my haunting space to please you. It's just impressive. You managed to make garbage into a lifestyle. Ha ha. Very funny. Not everyone has the luxury of being alive to clean up after themselves. Fair enough, but seriously, this is a borderline biohazard. Good thing I'm already dead, huh? How do you respond? I show concern. You know, this kind of feels like you gave up on everything. Was it really that bad? What do you care? It's not like I can fix it now. Maybe not, but doesn't mean it didn't matter. Whatever. Thanks, I guess. The plant. It looks kind of dead. Oh, you think? Maybe it's because it hasn't been watered since I'm, dead. I mean, it's not just dead, it's practically a mummy. What were you doing to it? Excuse you, I didn't ask for it. It's not my fault that someone went out and bought it for me. Who bought it for you? Chris stops in his train of thought abruptly and backtracks. Clearly, he didn't want to get into it. Anyways, I'm not much of a plant person, so it died. So what? How do you respond? I'm gonna be sympathetic. It's kind of sad, though. Must have meant something to you, right? I don't know. Reminded me of better days, I guess. Maybe I can help bring a little green back to your world. You're not as bad as I thought. I mean, we did smooch twice! Fridge. So the fridge. It's kind of got a lot of strange stuff in it. Well, these days my appetite's been kind of off. Weird, huh? Seriously, what even is half of that stuff? Condiments, leftovers, and dreams. What else do you keep in the fridge? How do you respond? I offered to clean it. You know, I could help you clean it out if you want. Why? It's not like I'm gonna eat any of it. It's not about eating. It's about not being haunted by whatever's in there. Hey, leave the slime alone, Ben. You could always clean up its enclosure. I guess I wouldn't hate that. Thanks. Oh yeah, and watch out for my slime in there, okay? She only likes me and she's sensitive. Locked door. What's behind the locked door? Secrets, mysteries, the usual. Why don't you take a guess? You're not going to just tell me, are you? Where's the fun in that? Take a wild stab at it. How do you respond? Well, I'm gonna guess something serious. Something you're ashamed of. Maybe something you want to forget? Whoa, way to make it weird. Hey, am I wrong, though? Maybe, maybe not. I'm not telling. Family. Never really talked about your family. Why is that? Because it's none of your damn business. Next question. I'm serious. And so am I. I'm always serious. How do you respond? Oh, God! I would not do this. I would not encourage him to share. But I don't know how this visual novel is written. I don't know whether, like, the developer believes that when someone's closing you off like this, whether you should back off or if you should encourage them to share. I don't know which direction they're going with this. But for the sake of the story, I will encourage them to share. Look, I'm not trying to pry. I just think that it's important for you to talk about it. You're not prying, but you're not giving me much of a choice either, huh? Fine. My family and I. Let's just say we didn't see eye to eye. I was the screw-up, the black sheep, whatever you want to call it. We barely talked, even before I died, and after everything that happened, well, I guess I didn't give them a reason to care. I'm sure they cared more than you think. Maybe. Doesn't change anything now, does it? No, but might help you let go. Maybe. Thanks, I guess. I got nothing else right now. I really want to ask him out on a date! I wanna! Let's go on a... No, not yet. That will be the last thing I do. Alright. Anything else? Let's see. On to this way. Kitchen remains a disaster zone. You've seen it before, but the stench seems to get worse every time. To the fridge. Okay. Yeah, all the nasty slop is still in there. The shining glint to the back of the fridge catches your eye again. What are you thinking? Pick it up. You lean back into the disgusting fridge. Yuck. Use the bleach first? Do I use bleach? I don't know if this is a good idea. Saving it first in case I hurt the slime. I don't want to hurt the slime. You pour bleach into the sludge. No! That's not what I wanted to do! I'll use the hanger. You use the wire hanger to hook the key, carefully lifting it out of the sludge, like some kind of disgusting fishing expedition. The metal hisses as it touches the sludge, but you get it around the key ring and delicately pull it out. You toss it on the floor. Part of the metal has melted off, but you can grab the key now. Got it. Chris materializes out of nowhere, his sudden appearance making you jump. Oh? What's this? Are you scavenging now? You're like a raccoon, but less charming. He smirks as he leans against the fridge, clearly amused. When did you wander in here? Aw, you're resourceful. Cute. What are you gonna do with it now, huh? Chris is cackling at his own jokes as he phases through the wall to the living room. He just came to make fun of you for a bit. God freaking damn it, Chris. Okay, can I actually clean the fridge now? Can I actually do that? Yep, it's still disgusting. Why do I keep coming back here? The slime in the back hisses at you when you peek in, warning you to get away from its house. Okay. Well, good thing I didn't use the bleach. Like, thank God. I almost screwed up there. I did screw up. I went back. There's commotion in the living room. Alistair is standing before the spirit box with his arms crossed, clearly annoyed. Oh, you want to freaking go? Let's go! You clearly hold a lot of resentment towards people like me. Why? Gee, I don't know. Maybe because you're the walking embodiment of everything I'll never be. Does that answer your question, Chad? Pity. Envy is a poor excuse for cruelty. And privilege is a poor excuse for ignorance. What do? Oh, man. Back off, both of you. You're both awful. We all good to move on? Screw you. Was I not supposed to do that? God freaking... I'm sticking with my guns here. You two aren't worth my time. Eventually, those two return back to what they were doing before. Oh, God, freaking... Okay, do they have anything new I can do now? Now that you're here, can I say something first? Chris stands there awkwardly. He's oddly vulnerable in the way he's nervously looking at you. This hasn't happened to me before, so it's pretty freaking stupid that it's happening now when I'm already dead. But you've been important to me, and I wanted you to know that. Okay, that's all I wanted to say. To this admission from Chris, you're important to me too. You've been important to me too, Chris. More than you probably realize. Chris blinks at you, his spectral form flickering faintly. He rubs the back of his neck, looking away. Damn it, you're really gonna make me feel things, huh? Maybe. Is that so bad? It's terrible, but maybe not the worst. You both share a quiet moment, the weight of unspoken emotions hanging between you like a fragile thread. That's probably the sweetest thing I've ever heard you say, even if it was kind of stupidly awkward. Shut up. You know I don't do this mushy crap. Clearly you do now. Dead or not, you've got a soft side, Chris. If you tell anyone, I'll haunt you forever. Don't you know that's exactly what I want? You're just falling right into my trap, Chris. You're already haunting me, genius. Chris glares at you, but the small smirk tugging at the corner of his mouth betrays his true feelings. Do you even get closer? Yes. You take a few steps closer, and so does he. The space between you feels charged, the air impossibly heavy with unsaid words and emotions that can't be contained anymore. Chris's spectral hand hesitates just above your cheek before it cups your face. His touch is cold, like a winter breeze, yet there's an intensity in his gaze that burns with unmistakable heat. God, you're making me wish I wasn't dead. Why couldn't I have met you before he can respond, he pulls you in, his lips, cool but solid against yours, meet yours in a kiss that starts hesitantly but quickly grows demanding. The sensation is unlike anything you've ever felt before, a mix of icy chills and a strange electric warmth that sends shivers down your spine. When the kiss finally breaks, you're both breathless despite the fact that he doesn't even need to breathe. You really don't know what you do to a guy, huh? You're the one that started it. Yeah, well, I'm not about to let you forget it. He leans his forehead against yours, his form glowing faintly in the dim light. His eyes, usually so sharp and mocking, are filled with something softer, something vulnerable and real. You make me feel things I haven't felt in, God, I don't even know how long. Maybe ever? And it's terrifying, but I don't want it to stop. You reach up to touch his face, your fingers brushing through the faint outline of his jaw. His form flickers again, more solid now, as if your connection is anchoring him somehow. Then, don't let it stop. Stay with me. Oh, believe me, sunshine, I'm not going anywhere. He pulls you back into another kiss, this one slower but no less passionate. His hands slide down your waist, pulling you closer. For a moment, it feels as though nothing else exists but the two of you, the living and the dead, somehow connected in a way that defies explanation. Chris presses closer, his other hand trailing to the back of your neck, holding you as if afraid you might slip away. The kiss deepens, and for a fleeting moment, he feels more alive than ever before. His form flickers brightly, the faint hum of static intensifying as he pours every ounce of his emotion into you. Eventually, somehow, he pulls away from you. He looks like he's trying to calm himself down. I guess we can't do this all day, can we? Well, as tempting as that is, you were in the middle of something, right? In a daze, you vaguely remember coming to talk to him about something else. If I don't stop now, I don't know what I'll do. Well, now that that's done with, where were we? Right. What do you want, sunshine? Yeah, I have nothing to say. I just wanted to see if there was any other interactions. I do want to try this, but I feel like that's probably gonna, progress the story, and I don't want to do that. Got nothing else to say. Alright. Returning to the living room is no less of a disaster than before. Trash and clutter still dominate the space, and a stale smell lingers in the air. The others are scattered around, busy with their investigations. Sky is poking at a stack of energy drink cans with a mild look of disgust, muttering something under their breath about how people even live like this. Alistair stands near the wall, carefully inspecting the peeling wallpaper with a furrowed brow. There's a lingering tension in the air, a mix of curiosity, frustration, and the unnerving presence of the ghost who calls this wreckage home. Right. Sky. Yo, you got anything else to say? So, there's something I've been meaning to say, before I chicken out. Sky fidgets awkwardly, their hands twitching at their sides. They glance at you, their confidence wavering. So, of course, I've always been a fan of your work, but after getting to know you, I'm an even bigger fan of who you really are. I know I can be a bit much sometimes, all over the place, kinda annoying, maybe even a coward. But you stuck around, and you've been so kind. And that means more to me than I can even explain, so yeah. What I'm trying to say is you're important to me. Really important. The voice cracks slightly at the last words, and they look at you with wide, uncertain eyes. That's all, just thought you should know. No big deal or anything. To Sky's vulnerable admission, you tell them they're important too. Sky, you're important to me too. More than you probably realize. Sky's breath catches, their eyes widening as they process your words. Wait, really? You're not just saying that to make me feel better, are you? Of course not. You matter to me, Sky. A lot. They stare at you for a moment, the expression a mix of disbelief and overwhelming emotion. Whoa, okay, that is a lot, but in a good way. Definitely a good way. You don't have to say anything else if it's too much. I just wanted you to know. Sky takes a deep breath, their usual nervous energy settling into something softer. No, I want to say something. Gosh, my chest feels like there's a hot potato in it, but in a good way? You make me feel like maybe I'm not so much of a mess as I think I am. Like, I can be better because of you. You're already amazing, Sky. You don't have to change at all. See, that's what I mean. You're always saying stuff like that, and it gets to me, okay? Sky steps closer, their usual nervous energy melting away as they reach out tentatively. The hand brushes yours, hesitant at first before holding on like they're afraid to let go. You're the best thing that's happened to me, and I don't even know how long. How is it that everyone's just letting me smooch everyone in this place? I've been flirting with everyone. Are they all just chill with this? What the hell? Sky. They smile, their eyes shining with a mix of gratitude and something deeper. Thanks for sticking with me. I mean it. You squeeze their hand, and for a moment, the world seems to fall away, leaving just the two of you. They bring their hands to frame your face gently, the thumbs brushing against your cheeks as if they're memorizing the way you feel. Do you let them get even closer? Yes. You lean into their touch to show your receptiveness. Their lips brush against yours in a kiss that's hesitant, almost shy, but undeniably full of feeling. It is the kind of kiss that feels like the beginning of something fragile and new, but rooted in trust and familiarity. When you pull back, Sky lets out a shaky laugh, their face tinged with color. Whoa, okay, so that happened. Yep, it did. They look at you, their usual playful spark returning, but this time, it's laced with something gentler. You smile, your chest filling with warmth. In that moment, everything feels right, like this was always where the two of you were headed. Alright, now that I've completely embarrassed myself, what's next? Sky claps their hands together, their usual energy returning as they change the subject. Ghost, mysteries, spooky stuff, let's get back to it, yeah? Lion, what's up? I ain't got anything else. Do I have any questions? About our kiss? You're telling me there's more interactions? God freaking, about our kiss. So about our kiss. Sky's face immediately turns red at the change in subject. Yeah, about that. I mean, it was, kind of unexpected, right? Like, I wasn't planning on that. Exactly. Sky avoids making eye contact, nervousness replacing their usual spunk. But, wasn't bad. I mean, it was kind of nice in a weird way, right? How do you respond? Reassure them. It was nice, yeah. Oh, ew. You're not weirded out then? Not at all. Felt kind of natural. Okay, well, in that case, no regrets. Not even a bit. Ask for another one. Yes! You approach him carefully. So, how about another one? Sky's face goes completely red, and they start pacing in an awkward circle. What? Another one? I mean, do you really think we should? Right now? Well, it was kind of fun, right? Fun? I don't know if I can handle a second round of that without turning into a puddle of nerves. How do you respond? Encouraged him. Come on, Sky. Could be even better than before. You really think so? Okay, I guess if you want another one, I'll try to be less of a mess this time. I'm sure you'll be fine. We'll both be fine. Oh, God, I'm so nervous now. This is a disaster in the making, isn't it? Sky seems to be getting extra nervous this time and overthinking things. What do? Well, let's just hold hands for now. I don't want to push them too far. How about we start small? Just hold hands and see how we feel. You take Sky's hand gently, offering them a sense of reassurance. Oh, this is actually nice. Not too much pressure. Maybe we should start here. Yeah, let's take things slow. We'll figure it out. Definitely. This feels a lot better. I'm not gonna push you, mate. I need some time to cool off now. Please don't tell me you got breaked up from me holding your hand. Well, to be fair, it's pretty lewd. No more questions. Okay, goodbye. Goodbye. Okay, now on to you. You have anything important to tell me? Yeah? Lion, what do you want? What? I have a question to ask about. Oh man, I guess I didn't get enough affection points with him. God freaking I guess I'll just go with these two. What do you want, Sunshine? Well, I have something to ask. Nothing. God freaking, I have nothing else to say. I go to the back. The back. Okay, let's go. You hold the key you retrieved in your hand and look towards the door. You feel like there's something important there, like it's the point of no return. What will you do? Nope. I still have other things to do. I'm not going to open it just yet. If that's the point of no return, that means dating him is a point to go. Okay, let's go on a date. And why should I do that? Chris has a playful smirk on his face, clearly teasing you. Go on, Sunshine. You say, I want to get to know you. Nosy, aren't you? But sure, let's go on a date. Hey, go kick rocks somewhere else. Oh, and turn off the box. Me and Lion are gonna have a private chat. You nod to the others to go for a bit. Sky looks annoyed at how rudely Chris worded it, but turns off the spirit box and heads to the kitchen to investigate. Alistair scoffs, but leaves to check out the bathroom in the meantime. Chris floats over nonchalantly to the couch and sits down. He motions you to join him, and you do. He throws an arm comfortably around you, already enjoying your mock date. He looks at you suggestively. Finally, some privacy. So, what do you want to know? What do you do for fun? Chris smirks, leaning back slightly. Fun? No. Depends. I guess causing trouble counts, right? You can tell he's not entirely joking. What do you do for work? Chris raises an eyebrow. Work? Well, I did a lot of it before. All this. Startup stuff. Long hours. You? His tone is half curious, half dismissive, like he's already tired of the topic. Tell him your work history? Yeah, but I'll make it quick. You sense this is an awkward topic, so you run through your history as well. Yeah, I'm just your average ghost whisperer. I can see that. You come here often? What the frick? Chris laughs, a sharp, sarcastic sound. Oh yeah, all the time. This is my favorite ghost hangout. Seriously, though, that's your line? You can do better. I'm just getting warmed up. Thoughts on sleeping on the first date? Thoughts on sleeping on the first date? Chris raises an eyebrow, his smirk widening. You're bold, aren't you? I like that. But hey, you're the one asking. What's your policy? You respond. Only if there's chemistry. What do you think? What do you think, Chris? Are you the type to make a move this soon? Me? Oh, I'm definitely the type. When it's worth it. And just so we're clear, you might be worth it. His teasing smirk lingers, but there's a flicker of sincerity in his expression. So we kissed. You smile, remembering the intensity of it. Yeah, we did. Don't tell me you're getting cold feet now. And then we've kissed a couple of times more by now, haven't we? He leans in closer to you, with his usual smug smile. You looking to add to that? No more questions. Anything else? You shake your head with a small smile. No more questions for now. Alright. Guess that means I get to pick what happens next. His grin is mischievous as he stands or hovers back up from his lounging position on the couch. Had a great time. Let's do it again sometime. His words are dripping in irony and theatrics. He even throws in a gentlemanly bow. You respond. You fidget, unable to ask for a kiss. No kiss at the end! No. Impatient, aren't we? Hey, yo. Before he can say anything, Chris leans down and presses a cold kiss to your lips. Your eyes flutter closed as you enjoy the sensation. He pulls back with a smug smile, and you unconsciously lean forward after him. There. Satisfied? Once your date is done, the others return to the room and turn the spirit box back on. Questions about something I found? Okay, I've got nothing else. I have nothing else to say. I want to double check with everyone to make sure there's no other interactions before I move on. Doesn't seem like he's got anything else. Okay, what about you? Do you have anything else? No? Lion, what's up? Questions for you? No more questions. Something I found? Nothing. You? Do you have anything? Do you have anything to say? What do you want? God frickin' screw you! Door! Door time! It's time for door! Door! You hold the key retrieved in your hand and look towards the door. You feel like there's something important in there. Like it's the point of no return. What will you do? Make a save first before we, get right through it. Open the door. Let's see what's in here. Chris materializes right behind you. His presence sends a shiver down your spine. You're gonna use the key, huh? Can't say you like what you find in there. Sky and Alistair, drawn in by the commotion, also wander over to see what's going on. Nice! New area unlocked! We're not finding anything useful enough out here. Let's go inside another room. A flicker of nervous hesitation shows on Chris's face, a crack in his usual apathetic demeanor. He recovers quickly, though, scoffing with feigned indifference. Nosy much? Fine, go ahead. I don't care. You give him a concerned look, and when he notices, he gives you a lopsided smile. Yeah, don't worry about me, sunshine. Your heart still gives you a sharp ache in your chest. With that, you tentatively insert the key and turn it until there's a satisfying click. Your hand lingers on the knob for a moment. The air feels heavier, as though something unseen is waiting just beyond the door. With a deep breath, you push it open. The door protests with a noisy creak, like a warning. Act 3. Till death do us part. What? The bedroom is even worse than the rest of the apartment. Okay, I see the trash. Yeah, it's pretty bad. The stale, heavy smell of unwashed laundry and mildew assaults your nose immediately. Piles of clothes are scattered haphazardly across the floor, forming makeshift mountains. The walls are covered in an assortment of posters, some faded and curling at the edges. They range from obscure anime and old video game artwork to chaotic smeared words scrawled in marker. A desk dominates one corner of the room, barely visible beneath layers of trash, empty soda bottles, crumpled snack wrappers, and sticky, unidentifiable spills. At its center sits a computer, the monitor glowing faintly despite being unplugged. On the bed, a tattered blanket lies in a crumpled heap. A stuffed animal peeks up from underneath, a bunny with stitched up ear. Sky and Alistair file into the room, looking around horrified. Sky brings in their spare box with them. They place it carefully on the bed after shifting around some of the garbage. So how did you live like this? Chris leans casually against the doorway, watching your reactions with a smug grin. What? Disappointed it's not a torture dungeon or something? I'm feeling tortured. Wow, it's a lot. Sky looks overwhelmed, their eyes darting nervously around the room. It's disgusting. Alistair wrinkles his nose, but then points towards the glowing monitor. That computer. That's not normal. Sky frowns, stepping cautiously towards the desk. Yeah, pretty sure unplugged monitors aren't supposed to glow. You feel a faint chill as you approach the desk, the air around the computer noticeably colder. Chris watches intently now, his earlier apathy melting away into something harder to read. Apprehension, maybe? Careful with that. I wouldn't touch it if I were you. That almost sounds like he was serious, which for him is pretty significant. Call him out on it? Yes. Why are you so worked up about this thing? You've been all smug and snarky until now, but this has you rattled. Chris sneers, but doesn't meet your gaze. Then he looks suspiciously at Sky and Alistair. After the other two leave, he hovers over and speaks to you in a hushed voice. Maybe because it's tied to me, genius. You screw with it, you screw with me. Wait, you mean your soul or whatever is connected to this thing? Bingo. Now you get why I'm telling you to leave it alone. If that's true, it's even more important that we figure out what's going on with it. Chris looks like he wants to argue but falls silent, his expression clouded with frustration and fear. For now, you turn your attention to the rest of the room. Let's look around. Maybe we'll find something that explains all this. Chris scoffs but doesn't stop you. Holy hell. Oh, fun! There's more exploration now! Yippee! Drawer. It's a lot of trash, as expected, with some items of interest. Look at the lotion. God freaking damn it! There's a big bottle of lotion and a box of tissues on the nightstand. Chris notices what you spotted and shrugs. What? Yeah, I'm just a normal hot-blooded man. You know what I'm saying, right, Sky? You turn to Sky, and they turn tomato red in the face and swiftly look away. I told you, I'm gender neutral. Yeah, the person didn't deny it then. What about you, Chad? Alistair looks confused. What are you referring to now, demon? Speaking, spanking the monkey, choking the chicken, punching the munchkin, beating the meat. Okay, yes, we get it. You all look at Alistair, unsure if he truly didn't know what was implied. You're surprisingly innocent in some ways. What's your deal? I only make deals where I win. Chris bursts out in uncontrollable laughter, much to Alistair's annoyance. Sky has completely checked out of the conversation from embarrassment. Time to get back to whatever you were doing. Look at a picture. On Chris's nightstand is a cracked photo frame showing Chris at their company's launch party. Before I realized it, everything became meaningless. Looks like a small group of plucky new grads with bright futures. The photo has a date written in the corner, October 28th. This day must have meant something to him. Was this the start of it all? The frame is pretty dusty. You wonder how long ago this was. Whoa, is that Chris? He looks so normal. Is that what he looks like as a ghost lion? You look between Ghost Chris and he's almost unrecognizable, even besides the spirit transformation. Their hair is shorter and they're smiling with people and their clothes are clean and hole-free. Then you look back up at the rat-infested looking man in front of you. What? What? He's completely different. Really? Is that normal? You think back to your past supernatural encounters and answer to the best of your knowledge. No, they mostly look the same unless something traumatic happened to them. You look at Chris and he jumps at the sudden scrutiny. Hey, I don't remember anything bad happening like that. I was just living my life. Sky looks around with concern and understanding in their big round eyes. Chris sneers at the sight of them. Ugh, can't stand your pity. It's sympathy. Well, I don't want that either. It's okay. Let it out. What happened to you? Ugh, you're annoying. Look at a corner. What's this stuff on the corner? It looks like... Is that dried blood? You turn to Chris, who looks completely unbothered. What's that from? I don't know. I don't remember how that got there. Alistair raises an eyebrow at this. What? This is how you died. Chris blinks, and then his expression twists into confusion and pain. Huh? What are you smoking? I don't remember that. They found you. Your body here. No foul play was noted, so it was chalked up to be an accident. Chris, jaw clenched, looks clearly shaken by this new information, and he turns to leave. I died in such a stupid way. You wonder, is that really how it happened? I was so stupid and rigged. I was right all along. He sounds angry, but there's also a hint of despair? Fear? Leave the nightstand. You step away from the nightstand for now. I feel like there's something else. I genuinely feel like there's something else. What's down here? The bed is a chaotic mess of crumpled clothes, fast food wrappers, and unidentifiable objects poking out from underneath. And this is where the magic happens. Looking glorious, ah! Look through the clothes. Yeah, sure, have fun digging through my dirty laundry. Lion, you're so much braver than me. You rifle through the layers of clutter, carefully avoiding anything too questionable. Eventually, your hands land on something hard and rectangular. Look through the notebook. I'll ask Chris for permission. Can we look in your notebook? Could be something important in here. Jeez, why are you so obsessed with me? Like, I get it, but chill out, Lion. Sky looks at him with a deadpan expression, an unamused expression. Oh, come on, dude. Be serious for once. Do whatever you want. I won't stop you. Don't get your panties in a twist, nerd. Yeah. It's filled with scrawled notes, crude drawings, and what looks like a to-do list. To-do list. Hack rival's account, order pizza, post video, write hate mail, sleep, meet up with AJ. Who's AJ? Huh. It's not crossed out. Someone I used to know. Chris turns away after this cut statement. Sky reads the to-do list over your shoulder, the expression a mix of fascination and mild disgust. This guy was really living the dream, huh? Snatching the list out of your hand, Alistair flips through the pages with a grimace. He slams the notebook shut and tosses it back onto the pile of clothes, his jaw tight with frustration. It's all meaningless, worthless junk. Hey, don't disrespect the art. That notebook's worth millions. Well, maybe to me. Chris materializes beside you, grinning as he floats lazily above the bed. You're wasting your time. If you want my secrets, they're not in there. I have a feeling it's on the computer, though. Oh, no. I don't know. God, make another save. Computer. You approach the ominously glowing computer. Inspect it. You take a step closer, the faint hum of the monitor growing louder in your ears. The glow flickers slightly, as if reacting to your presence. A sense of unease settles in your stomach, but your curiosity keeps you moving forward. I told you not to touch it, dumbass! Chris growls his words, his voice losing its usual mocking tone. You don't know what you're messing with. Maybe listen to the ghost this time? Sky shifts nervously, clearly torn between fascination and fear. If it's important, we need to know. Just don't break anything. Alistair crosses his arms, watching you with a critical eye. Your fingers brush the edge of the desk, and the screen flashes bright white for a moment. A distorted voice emerges from the speakers, echoing with static. Help me! Chris flinches, his usual bravado completely gone. I told you, don't mess with it! Be gentle at least! You nod, and as gently as possible, you move the mouse. The computer wakes up to a screen, asking for a password. Well, what's the password? I ain't telling you, Chad! Alistair glares at the spirit box, and Chris smiles mirthlessly at you. Got nothing to say to the circus monkeys. Type in password? I don't have the password! God frickin', I'm gonna roll it back and I'm gonna leave it for now. Actually, never mind. I'm gonna do something else. That'll be like the last thing I do, I suppose. Is there anything else to interact with, or am I just screwed? I guess I have chances to like chat with some folks. Let's chat with Sky first. Hey, how are you doing? Lion, what's up? Questions about something I found. Sure, I'll try to help if I can. You ask about a picture. The picture I found. It seemed important. What's the story there? I wonder too. It's crazy to think the person in that picture somehow ended in such a tragedy. I mean, they seemed so happy, or maybe that's just how pictures work. They hide the bad stuff behind a perfect little moment. How do you respond to Sky's thoughts? I agree with their observation. You're right. Pictures can be deceiving. It's hard to tell what someone's life was really like from a single photo. Exactly. Makes you wonder what was going on behind the scenes, doesn't it? Password? What do you think the password to the computer is? Secret code, probably? Wait. What if it's not just a password, but a whole riddle? Like a test to unlock the next level of the ghost investigation knowledge. That is something cryptic, like maybe the name of someone important, or something with deep, dark meaning. How to respond to Sky's theories? Well, I go along with their excitement. I think it's true. That sounds pretty cool. A riddle? Like some kind of treasure hunt. Exactly. I knew you'd get it. We're practically unlocking the secrets of the universe here. I got nothing else. Okay, anything I can ask them? Nope. Okay, nothing else to say. What about you? Anything you gotta say to me? What do you want? Got some questions to ask. The picture. The picture I found. It seemed important. What do you think is going on there? I see that ghost wasn't always the failure we see it to be today. You'd have to be at least a bit successful to afford living here. I'm surprised though. Doesn't seem like the thing keeps much objects of sentimental value like that. How do you respond? Curiosity about the past. Yeah, definitely show curiosity. Do you think he could have had a pretty normal life before all this? That's kind of sad. Life doesn't tend to end well for most, does it? Still, it does make you wonder what went wrong here. Maybe we can figure it out. If it helps them, it might help us too. If it gets us results, that's fine. Don't get too sentimental, though. The password. What do you think the password is? How am I supposed to know? Do your job and get it from the ghost. God knows that fiend won't give it to me. You're a ghost whisperer, aren't you? Do what I hired you for. How do you respond? Man, agreed to get the password. Alright, I'll see what I can do. Just don't hold your breath, okay? Good. The sooner you handle this, the sooner we can get out of here. You're really impatient, aren't you? Time is money, Lion. Remember that. Got nothing else. You done wasting time now? Screw you! Question to ask, nothing else. Nothing else to say. I do want to check if there's no more interactions there. What do you want, sunshine? I've got some questions. Okay, but can't say I'll answer. I'll ask about the picture. That picture I found. It seemed important. What's the story there? It's just a stupid photo. Don't read into it too much. You look so different. Younger. Happier. What happened? Nothing happened. Just life, you know? Things change. You started that company, right? Looks like a big moment for you. Yeah, sure. A big moment. All that hope. For what? Look where I ended up. Is that what this is about? You still care about it? I don't care about any of it anymore. What's the point? You seem pretty bitter about it. It is okay to admit it meant something important to you. Why? So you can lecture me? Save your breath. Doesn't matter now. How do you respond? Oh, man. I want to give him space. I really want to... I'll show some empathy. I get it. Must have hurt to see it all fall apart. Yeah, it did. Still does sometimes. You don't have to act like it doesn't matter. You were really proud of that, weren't you? Yeah, I was, but look where that got me. I guess pride doesn't really matter when you end up dead. AJ. I want to know about the AJ. AJ? What about him? Not much to say. How do you respond? Press about AJ. Come on, you can't just brush that off. He was obviously important to you. Fine, AJ was... Look, he was my best friend, my partner. We built something together, you know? Something that mattered. And yeah, things didn't end well. We had a falling out, okay? But I don't want to talk about it. That must have been hard for you. You could say that, but don't pity me, alright? I screwed it up, and I know it. Happy now? Blood. Chris, the blood in your room. It wasn't an accident, was it? What do you think? Maybe it's just paint. Yeah, let's go with that. How do you respond? Press him further. Don't dodge the question. What really happened? You really don't let things go, do you? Fine. That blood. It's mine, alright? I wish I could just forget it. Guess I thought if I ignored it long enough, it'd disappear, but it's still there. Just like me. You don't deserve to carry that alone, Chris. Maybe not, but thanks, I guess. Password. What's the password to your computer? Asking for my password? Are you seriously trying to hack me now? Oh, come on. You trust me, right? Just give me the password. I trust you, but don't let it get to your head, okay? Of course. You're not getting off that easy, Lion, but I'll tell you the password. It's 1028. It's the date on my photo. Thanks. That wasn't so hard. Don't get used to it. You still have to prove you're worth the trust. Don't let me down. Right. That was all I could ask. You got anything else to say? Anything else? Nope. Okay, screw you. I thought we could have something nice, but you're a prick in the end. Through and through. Screw off. I approached the ominously glowing computer. Inspect it. Okay, as gently as possible, you move the mouse. The computer wakes up to a screen asking for a password. Type it in. 1028. There's a cheery computer jiggle and the screen flickers for a movement before a screensaver pops up. Lion, you did it! You figured it out! If this is what he uses as his password, he was more sentimental than I gave him credit for. Nah, shut up! Now, let's see what's on here. Chris shifts uncomfortably, but doesn't stop you from progressing. It's cluttered with files, but one folder is titled Personal Stuff. Do not open! The folder immediately draws everyone's attention. Ooh, what do we have here? Should we look? Hey, invading someone's privacy? That's pretty low of you guys. Ignoring Chris's protest, Alistair commands you with no hesitation. Do it. You hover the cursor over the file. What do? I'm gonna ask Chris. Can we open it? Maybe it'll help with figuring out your situation. Chris snaps towards you like he's about to retort, but stops himself. He frowns and looks away with a huff. Do whatever you want. It's really not gonna help. Surprisingly docile of you. Is that because Lion asked? No, screw you. There. Happy? He said do whatever you want, so open it. Open the folder. Inside are poorly drawn digital art pieces, short story drafts, and several files labeled as songs. Nothing important, it looks like. Screw you! Should we play the songs? Certainly not. No. Sky peers over your shoulder at the thumbnails for the drawings. He was creative. Oh, fantastic. Look at the peanut gallery judging my hobbies. Feel better about yourselves? No, actually. These are actually pretty good. Chris falters, his sarcastic shield briefly cracking. Shut up! You're just saying that! Then you notice Chris glancing at you and then away. Is he expecting a response too? What do? Flirt with him. These are great. I love a creative guy. Chris perks up at your tone and smirks. He saunters closer to you. Oh yeah? I'm creative in all kinds of ways, especially in bed. Okay, stop right there. We are right here. I don't mind an audience. How about you, Sunshine? Definitely not. Moving on. Alright, let's look at something else. With the computer unlocked, the desktop awaits your actions. Check the email. Lots of random junk mail and irrelevant subscriptions. Let's scroll to the day he died and see if there was anything before that. You start scrolling down past all the spam until you hit a long email thread. This one looks interesting. It's an email thread from someone named AJ, written a day before Chris's death. Tomorrow, no more games? From AJ to Chris. Chris, I've had enough. You've been sabotaging the company for months, taking credit for work you didn't do, and pushing the rest of us to the sidelines. I've kept quiet, hoping you'd come to your senses, but it's clear now that you're only in this for yourself. We built this together, or have you forgotten that? You've betrayed everyone who trusted you, including me. I'll meet you at your place, 8 p.m. No excuses, no delays. Don't make me wait. AJ. You look at Chris for further explanation. There was a flash of pain and hesitation on his face, but he carefully spoke. Yeah, AJ and I started a company together and it outgrew him. That sucks, dude. Makes sense to me. Business is business. We met each other in college. He's my oldest. He was my only friend. It wasn't anything personal. What does this have to do with anything? Thoughts.txt. You open up the text file, and there are various writings with dates on them. It's a lot of what you've come to expect by now. Angry and hateful ramblings. But some of them indicate something deeper than that. Chris, some of these entries sound like you weren't doing well. There's a lot of anger. Oh, what a shocker. The angry guy was angry. Next he'll tell me water's wet. These pages don't just sound angry. They sound lonely. Lonely? Nah, I didn't like people. Big difference. You scroll to one of the last entries. Then why write, I just wanted someone to see me? You're misinterpreting it. He looks away, visibly uncomfortable. Online activity. Oh god, there's like 100 tabs open. Don't close any. I need all of them. Let's see what's here. Maybe there's something useful. I'm worried. Any chance there'll be recipes or cute cat videos? Knowing him, his online activity couldn't be good. You go to open one of his disorganized and cluttered tabs. Which one do you click? Shadows World? Shadows World. Shadows. Okay, sure. What's this? His personal blog? Why the world is rigged against you? It's a long chain of angry, defeatist posts about societal inequality and how success is only for the privileged. One post reads, it's not about working harder. It's about knowing the right people. If you're not born into the right circles, you're just screwed. Period. Yikes. This is bleak. He wasn't wrong about some things, but sounds like he gave up before even trying. Ah, screw you! You didn't know anything about me! People don't get it. They talk about finding meaning like it's a scavenger hunt. But what if there's no treasure? Just more dirt. This doesn't sound like someone who hated everything. Sounds like someone who was lost. Lost? Try enlightened. You continue scrolling down until one of the entries look different than all the others. It's short and simple, which stands out in the sea of ranting posts. It reads simply, "What if I'm wrong?" Is this remorse? Chris looked surprised to see what you were looking at. No, I was hacked. Oh, shut up. 19 couldn't. There are bookmarks with titles like How to Really Hack the System and The Truth About Big Tech Sellouts. In some threads, Chris shares sarcastic takes on tech moguls, often escalating into long-winded rants. Everyone's out to screw you, so why not screw them first? At least I'm honest with it. These posts sound like he was spiraling. Blaming everything on someone else. Typical. Mad because you're freaking wrong, losers? What do you think about his post? Show empathy. Seems like you were looking for a connection, even if it wasn't in the healthiest places. Sky smiles at your response, while Chris rolls his eyes. You think you've got me all figured out, huh? I didn't want a connection. I wanted... I don't know, forget it. Maybe I just wanted someone to listen without pretending they cared. You happy now? You found your aha moment? Did it. His username shows him frequently posting in threads about tech industry exploitation and loneliness. Everyone says find your people. What if there are no people for someone like me? This is just sad. More like a black hole of negativity. Is this him reaching out? I wasn't reaching out. I was venting. Don't romanticize it. I'm done. Nothing to check for now. Leave. When you return to the desktop, there's something new right in the center of the screen, almost calling you. Was that always there? When you look at the new file, you can immediately sense a heavy pressure pressing directly into your soul. There's something going on with this one. That's an understatement. That's downright haunted. Good. Then let's leave it the hell alone then. Don't want us to look. Lion, open it. Ah, screw you, a-hole! I'm definitely opening it. Your cursor hesitates over the cursed-looking file for a moment before steeling your nerves enough to open it. With a click of the mouse, you open the file. The fans whir to life with a mechanical groan. The screen flickers, and a strange corrupted version of Chris's face appears as the desktop background. Hey, don't look at that! Well, that's unsettling. The mouse moves on its own, opening a hidden folder labeled Keep Out. Inside are several files, each with corrupted titles, and it opens one for you. It's like a digital Ouija board. Help.mp3. The file plays a strange audio clip. Why am I still here? Why won't it stop? The static is so loud. I just want out. It sounded just like Chris. He sounds like he's in so much pain. Whoa, that's a crazy static noise playing. What does that mean? You notice that the others don't hear the voice. Alistair notices your change in expression. What is it? Chris looks at you pointedly and suddenly shakes his head. I don't know. God freaking damn. I'm not gonna hide it. No. It sounds like Chris. Sky and Alistair look confused. They definitely can't hear it. What are you talking about? It sounds like static. Chris looks nervous. His usual biting attitude is diminished. What about it? Doesn't mean anything. Sounds like you're trapped. Like a part of you is stuck in here. So what? Maybe I like being here. Ever think of that, sunshine? That's not what the you in there sounds like. Then the mouse moves on its own again. You all watch with a mixture of anticipation and apprehension as the next file is opened. Tether. Again, the file plays, and only you can hear its meaning. I can feel it pulling me back. Every time I try to let go, I end up here. This stupid screen, this stupid life, even in death, I am still stuck. This is it. Your soul isn't just haunting this apartment. You're bound to this computer. It's like a cage. Whoa, okay. That's good to know. Chris laughs bitterly at your revelation. Great detective work, Sherlock, but there's no key to this cage, so don't get any bright ideas. I see. Good work, Lion. The face of the other Chris flickers away, and the screen returns to its original state. Seems like the computer is back to normal, but tension plagues the group from the haunting events that just occurred. You wonder what to do with this new information. You're done here for now. You step away from the computer. Well, that was enlightening. I'll talk with Sky first. Lion, what's up? Question about something I found. Nothing for now. Nothing. No. What about you? Anything to say? No. Talk to you! What do you want, Sunshine? Question about something I found. Nothing? Then what am I supposed to do? What in the hell do you expect me to do here? Because it's not clear to me at all what I'm supposed to do. The clothes! The clothes! There's no book with a to-do list placed on top of the bed. Leave the bed. You step away from the bed for now. God freaking damn it. What about here? Okay. There's a lot of trash, as expected, with some items of interest. Look at the lotion tissues. See a bottle of lotion, box of tissues. Chris notices and snickers at you. What? You imagining something? Time to go. Look at a picture. It's a photo of Chris at his company's launch party, with the date written in the corner, October 28th. Look at the corner. There's dry blood on the corner. Leave the nightstand. You step away. Okay. Anything else? Seriously? Anything? Computer? With the computer unlocked, the desktop awaits your actions. Oh, shit. Oh, this is the end. The investigation has reached a critical point. The team has collected enough evidence to realize that Chris's lingering spirit might be bound to something in the apartment. After piecing together hints from his journal, behavior, and files, the team suspects the connection lies with his old computer. Of all the weird things in here, this has got to be the weirdest. And creepiest. You stand before the desk, staring at Chris's computer. Okay, so let me get this straight. The big bad ghost might be hiding in this gamer rig? Makes sense. He spent almost every waking hour on it. Maybe his obsession tethered him to it after death. Obsessed? Says the guy who's into Renaissance fairs and probably has swords at home. I have many historically accurate medieval weaponry, including but not limited to swords. Alistair, impervious to shame, states this proudly, much to Chris's annoyance. Guys, this is serious. Your soul is tied to a computer. Why do you care? It's not like this changes anything for me. It does if it can fix it, or destroy it. Chris flinches, a brief flicker of fear crossing his face. We obviously should just destroy him. Move! What do? Stop him. You tried to stop Alistair. Alistair, stop! We will deal with Chris, but this is not the way to do it. Alistair hesitates at your words and glares at the computer with a hard look. Fine. You want to make the final call? Do it then. I trust you'll do what needs to be done. You're ready. The tension hangs heavily in the air as you all gather around the ominously glowing computer. This is it. The source of the haunting. Then we know what we must do. Deal with it so we can all leave. Hey, a-hole, speak for yourself. This is my life. You'll leave, one way or another. At the beginning of this, you wanted to save Chris with love. After everything you've seen, it's finally time to make the decision. What do you do? Wait! What? What? Can I? Could... That sever the tether... I don't know what this means! Sever the tether or move in with Chris! I have no idea. We can't destroy the file. We can't destroy the file, that's for sure. But what does sever the tether mean? The hell does this mean? Ugh. Try to sever it. We're going to try to sever Chris from the tether. Sky perks up with determination, while Alistair groans. Yeah, we can do this. If you like the taste of disappointment, then suit yourself. You have to let go of it yourself, Chris. Yeah, and how the hell are you gonna make me do that? What happened to saving me? Was it all just big talk from another virtue-signaling liar? We are here to help you. Chris's form flickers, and his expression darkens. I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't deserve any of this. Help Chris move on. What? Truth about AJ. AJ was the last person you saw. It was the last thing on your to-do list before you died. So, what are you trying to... I think they had something to do with your death. AJ? No, that's not true. AJ wouldn't... You wrote about meeting him, and there's a good chance he was probably the last person to saw you alive. I trusted him. He said we'd fix everything together. Chris's form flickers violently, his anger and hurt palpable. About the medicine. Those medications. You stopped taking them and started rotting. It wasn't helping. Nothing was. But you spiraled after that. You lost control. What's the point of trying when nothing changes? His voice grows quieter, tinged with bitterness and despair. About the nihilism. You used to be so hopeful. You fell into nihilism. Hopeful? Don't kid yourself. Hope is for fools. You believed in something once, but you gave up. Because it doesn't matter. None of it matters. Chris's form starts to crack, his voice faltering. About remorse. You did have doubts and remorse based on your online activity. No, I didn't. Your online activity says otherwise. You searched for answers, for meaning, for forgiveness. I didn't mean to hurt anyone. Chris's voice shakes and his form dims slightly. About the blood. The blood. It wasn't an accident. It wasn't supposed to happen like that. Then what happened, Chris? Tell me the truth. Chris recoils, his expression twisted with pain. It was... His form becomes unstable, and he can't bring himself to say anymore. About redemption. You wanted redemption. I saw what you wrote in your blog. I wanted a way out. To start over. But you didn't take it. Why? Because I didn't think I deserved it. Chris's form trembles, his voice barely above a whisper. About his family. I found the letter from your brother. You abandoned your family. They abandoned me first! You pushed them away because you were scared of being seen as a failure. Shut up! You don't know what it's like! I freaking do! Chris's voice rises, a mix of anger and sorrow. About greed. You screwed people over, Chris. For what? Money? Power? I did what I had to. You betrayed people who trusted you. I didn't mean for it to go that far. Chris looks away, his form flickering with guilt. I know how you died. The blood, greed, and AJ. I know how you died. No, you don't! AJ killed you. He came here that night, and you trusted him. Judging from his emails to you, he wasn't happy with what you did to him. You hit your head in the altercation. thought we could fix things. But he... Chris's voice breaks, and his form collapses into static as the truth overwhelms him. I drove him to do that. I kiss him. You pull Chris in for a kiss, and he readily lets you. He almost falls into you. You feel a warm mist over your lips that spreads to wherever his spectral hand wander on your body. When he finally pulls away, you're staring into his eyes, out of breath. What was that for? It's a true love's kiss you wanted. He looks at you with a mixture of sadness and affection. And I got it. Karma isn't real if a bastard like me gets to have someone as good as you. He pulls away from you sadly, like the chains of his soul are reeling him back to the computer. That's all I have. That's all I have for evidence. Chris gives a hard look between you and the computer. Chris's form collapses, his body racked with sobs. His voice cracks as he clutches his head, shaking uncontrollably. It's all my fault. I've ruined everything. I drove them away. I made him kill me, and I deserved it. I was horrible. It was all my fault. I pushed everyone away! Chris rambles to himself as the truth courses through his whole body and causes his form to shake and sputter. I deserve death. It's so much worse. Maybe I should be destroyed. Chris looks up at you, his face streaked with spectral tears. For the first time, his anger fades, replaced by a fragile vulnerability. Do what you want with me. I can see now. I can see everything I've done. He hangs his head low, awaiting judgment. It looks like his connections are weak enough to sever from the computer. But does he deserve a second chance? Sever the tether. I think you understand enough for a second chance, and everyone deserves that, even in the afterlife. You input the command to sever the tether, and it finally goes through. The computer hums ominously, and Chris's form flickers violently. Wait, what's happening? We're setting you free. The room fills with static, and Chris lets out a sharp gasp. The computer unnaturally shakes, banging against the desk, and its screen flashes violently. Worriedly, you try to rush to Chris, but Sky reaches out to stop you. They hold you back as Chris gives Sky a grateful smile for stopping you. They shared a look of understanding. Keep Lion safe. Then, the screen goes black, and it slams back to Earth. You all hold your breaths, leaving only silence and the hum of the now dead computer. But nothing else happens? Chris's expression softens as he looks at you. I feel lighter, like maybe this is it. And with that, it's finally over. Alistair returns back to running his business, hoping to leave behind all of this paranormal stuff behind. The three of you, Chris, Sky, and yourself, made an eccentric but undeniably effective team. The combination of Chris's wild chaos, Sky's optimism, and lots of bickering filled your days with lots of fun. Meanwhile, your ability to balance and connect with each of them became the glue that held everything together. It wasn't always easy. Jealousy, misunderstandings, and the occasional supernatural crises tested your relationship, but through it all, you found strength in your love for one another. The world might not have understood your arrangement, but it didn't need to. What mattered was the way you supported, challenged, and cherished each other. In the end, you created a life that was as extraordinary as the mysteries you solved, a testament to the power of love in all its forms. Ending. Ghostly Triad. Anyway, that was Polterkisst. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys do want to play this for yourselves, link to the game will be in the description below. And I'm glad I picked this up. Y'all have been asking me to play this for a while, and like, I'm really surprised they were able to pull this off in the short time they had, because this was specifically made for this year's Sealed with a Kiss Jam. And with the amount of content there is and the exploration mechanic, it would not have been easy to pull off. I enjoyed it. And I feel like more queer games need a poly ending. We keep joking about wanting to move out into a gay commune, but where are the poly games? Where are they? Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hope you all have a lovely rest of the day. And as always, I'll be seeing you in the next video. This is Lion, signing off. Ciao.